twisting hard where the shadows lie. Grip the handle, feel the engines roar.
You're looking live at the virtual Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. And after 2 or 3 weeks of preliminaries and exhibition events, it is now time for the official point season to get underway. We welcome you to season number 6 of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series, the Daytona DSR Electric 250 from the World Center of Racing. Welcome to our coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Hello, everybody. I am Wesley Outland for the 4th consecutive year, your lead anchor for the Monday Night DSR Truck Series. Jacob Reeves joins me alongside for his 2nd season as color analyst, and Bigglesdean Hopton on production, as always. Jacob, preliminaries, qualifying, the duels, they're all over. We have nothing left to do but one more thing, and that is race. Good evening.
Yes, sir, Wesley Outland. Good evening to you, and good evening to everybody out there watching live tonight on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Baby, I'm going to tell you what. I mean, Daytona, it is a monster. Love this place. Love watching races here. I mean, everything is culminated to this. I mean, you had the clash, you had the qualifying night, you had the duels. We're getting ready to kick off another season, baby. I can't wait.
And ladies and gentlemen, without a further ado, it is time to watch the big dogs growl. But first, the starting lineup as we get you set for the Daytona 250. 250 miles, 100 laps around World Center of Racing's 2.5 mile. It's Lucas Lyons, fast qualifier from a couple of weeks ago, and Matthew Dula on the front row. That was determined from qualifying. Then, the dual winners from last Monday night is Kerry Tribune and Tyler Goodwin. The rest of the lineup based from the duels include row 3, Brian Chu, Mr. Restrictor Plate, the Holla Daddy, and James Kaufman to the outside. Lee Bailey III and Joshua Suss make up row number 4. Asheboro, North Carolina, Shane Trotter and Raw Meza from California make up row 5. Huck Wigginton for Blue Line and Colton Hogan in the 5 make up row number 6. That's your top 12.
Phil Pappas is going to roll off from P13 here tonight with Mark Morton starting in P14 here this evening. Matt Cherry, Kentucky boy, number 45. He's going to be rolling off P15 with VP of Operations here with NASRA. Cody Knott rolling off from P16. Tyler Dittmer, good to see him back. Looking forward to seeing if Tyler can put together a good season this season for a full season this season. I mean, he was off for a little while, but anyway, he's back. P17 is where he'll start. And the boss man, Brady LaBeouf, he will start P18. Aaron Vadrata and Timmy Hammond, 19th and 20th. Joey Stires, Justin White, Ron Dillevue, and Chris Blanchard in the top 24.
We're going to knock out the lineup very quickly. Rest of the field includes the drivers of Nate Maurer, Jonathan Cofield, row 13. Morellas and Hagan on row number 14. Your top 30 will find Craig Schroeder for Scooters Racing and Chris Cinnamon, the Spiceman, on the outside. Your top 30. Shane Scott, Chad Ross, Andrew Harris, Luke Smith, Kermit the Frog here, Roger Diebold, Christopher Morse Jr., and the rest of 43 starters include in the back Adam Newton, Taylor Peacock, Buzzy Mongo, Robert Richards, the all-time starter of NASRA, career start number 438 tonight. Peyton Johnson, Jeffrey Johnson, and Stephen Thomas will tag the back for swim. Let's take a look at your race analysis. It's down below right now. Stage 1, 25 laps. Stage 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic for another season. It is another 25 laps. Remember, the stage ends on the official lap. That means if there's a caution 2 laps before, it doesn't matter. They go on the end of the stage lap, and then a 50-lap run for the finish. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long couple of preliminary weeks, but now the field is set, ready to go for season number 6, Daytona, the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. Ready to bring the action at the World Center of Racing, and for the first time, you have a race for the new year. Such sweet thunder as they work their way down into corner number 1 and 2 in front of you. Jacob Reeves, it's Lions on the whole shot.
Oh, yeah, boy, he was all over that whole shot. Right behind him, Carriage Tribune locked right onto his tailgate. Brian Chew latched right onto Carriage Tribune. Up top, Matt Dula light, Dula wiser. No help. Here comes Goodwin trying to help. Lucas Lyons trying to lead the first lap.
Here they come off of turn 4. 31 degrees of banking. Back through the tri-oval. Give the opening lap to Kentucky's Lucas Lyons. There's 99 laps to go, though. They are back up to 31 degrees of banking, heading into turn number 1.
Yeah, and remember who actually won this race last season is the man leading this thing right now. Lucas Lyons won this race last season trying to go back-to-back on the Daytona 250s, but he's got a long way to go and a short time to get there, to be honest with you. 42 other competitors. Check it out. We got 2 packs going on right now. The front pack, they're trying to worry about those stage points at the end of 25. The rest of them, they're back there in the second pack just praying to God that we see a big one and they stay out of it.
And they hope right now that they are able to continue to press on as they work through the tri-oval. Everybody now working through the tri-oval down into corner number 1. It's Lyons now. There's Brian Chew, the Floridian from Fort Myers, the restrictor plate man, right there on the outside with a big push. And up top side, here comes Kaufman, trying to get something going. Third lane early as they work the back straightaway in 2.
Yeah, Kaufman looked like he might have got kicked up to the top side by Joshua Suss. Suss not having any of it. Kaufman not going to give him a break. He may try to jump down. There is a hole, and Colton Hogan really lifted out of the gas, let him jump down right there. If Hogan would have kept it in the throttle, we might have saw a big one right there going into 3.
Because of a race of this capacity, it is also live on the radio, on the Community Radio Network. We need to pause quickly for 10 seconds of station identification. We are just getting started at Virtual Daytona.
This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Gunner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Opening stage, opening handful of laps, and the leaders are back in the back straightaway with Lyons leading to 3.
And still down on the bottom side, Holla Daddy Brian Chew up top, getting the shove from Matt Dula. But on the bottom side, Carriage Tribune latched right on the double L off turn 4.
Here they come now, working back through the tri-oval. Down to the inside, Lyons now with a big push behind them for second spot. That's Terry Trevue on the bottom, followed by Brian Chew. He's got Dula to deal with, who started on the outside of the front row. Bailey, the third, right there in the mix as we're 3 wide behind the leaders in 1 and 2.
Here we go, 3 wide right here behind them. This is when it's going to get good. 88. Phil Pappas, he will lead that outside charge with his teammate from Mission 1 Esports, the boss man, Brady LaBeouf. It didn't take him long to get 3 wide. Pappas up top, Cheese stuck in the middle, and Double L down on the bottom side, outside starting to lose his luster. Lyons noses out ahead off 4.
To first win the race, you must first finish. And to do that, you've got to get through the opening stages. Right now, everybody is playing nice. How long will that last, though? Will friends become enemies? And can you make new allies in the process? Right now, Kentucky's Lyons leads them there 3 wide behind him, though, into turn number 1.
Bill Pappas right there with the double 8, literally throwing it back, if you will. Little Shane Van Gisbergen paint scheme on that double 8. And if anybody knows what I think about SVG, we'll just keep our comments to ourselves as we're 3 wide once again. Pappas up top. Huge shot. LaBeouf gives it to him. Justin White latched on. White almost got up into the wall. They're 3 wide again. Chew stuck in the middle. Double L on the bottom and PP up top.
3 by 3. I don't know if I agree with this. It is Chew and Dula in the middle of the sandwich. They come thundering through, 3 wide now, 3 rows, up the banking, back into turn number 1. Who's going to pull out in front? It's Pappas on the top as they go 3 wide in the banking in 1.
Inches apart with all 9 of them, 3 by 3 by 3. Joshua Suss stuck right there in the middle. Lee Bailey the third, he'll fire off on the inside. Lucas Lyons, double L, doesn't like how this pushing is going, how aggressive it's going early on here in this race. He's going to bail out, he'll bail out and go all the way to the back. That opens the door for Brian Chew. He comes from the middle lane, jumps down to the bottom. Up top is very disorganized. Brian Chew jumps into the middle lane, the bottom lane rather. He leads off 4.
And somebody looked like they just got drop kicked from the outside lane. Look at now this push by Joshua Suss. He now powers up through the outside lane. He's got friends. He'll move up to 4th, maybe 5th. It's Chew, Tribune, Dula, Suss, and now Bailey up the bank, and there's one sideways. Pappas got wicked loose. He held the truck in tow into 1 and 2.
Kappa through the block right there on old Double P. Phil Pappas riding on board with Joshua Suss to Kappa. Laying it to Matt Dula right here in this middle lane. May end up being the outside lane before it's all said and done. Brian Chew down on the bottom side with help from Kerry Tribune. Here comes Dula with help from Joshua Suss. Double P, Phil Pappas thinking about making a run. He's got his teammate right behind him off forward.
And working now off that tri-oval. Here they come back down to the line. Dula now to the outside. He'll power along Brian Chew. Right there, nose to tail. Everybody in line, starting to zig and zag. Goes Joshua Suss. He'll make a push for Dula to go to the lead. He'll go to the lid to the bottom, throw the block on Chew. Now Suss left hung out to dry. Pappas comes to help, and so does LaBeouf in 2.
Used him up like an old dish rag, took him all the way to the front, and then left him hanging. Matt Dula takes it all the way to the front. Here comes Kerry Tribune. He thinking about wanting to lead this bad boy. Jumps out of line, was right in behind Brian Chew. Now he jumps right up in front of Joshua Suss. Here comes Lee Bailey the third. Lee Bailey the third with help from Shane Trotter down on the bottom, but it's all Matt Dula off turn 4.
Come working off of turn 4. There's a look at your stage information. Stage 1 goes to lap 25. We're only heading to about 25 miles into this race now. Working lap number 10 next time by. It is Dula. He's on the inside. Tribune, one of the dual winners, battles back up top with Suss up top in 1.
Yeah, Suss really starting to wear out Kerry Tribune, trying to get this outside lane rolling with Phil Pappas lined up behind him. Brady LaBeouf right back there as well. We look back here about the 10th spot. We started in the 24th spot, but he's up to 10th. That is Chris Blanchard in the 9. Watch out for Chris Blanchard. Very good on these restrictor plate tracks as Joshua Suss gets kicked to the top side. Here comes Phil Pappas. They're going to gangway on him coming off 4.
Coming off of turn number 4, close to 40 people watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And Joshua Suss up on the outside. 10 laps down, 90 laps to go, and it is a freight train of frantic racing going on in turn number 1. It's a little too early for this, but somehow they negotiated 2.
Yeah, that was Shane Trotter right there on the bottom side. Got really squirrely, hit the double yellow line, knocked him all kinds of sideways, and now you start to see a couple of them bailing out. Trotter bails out. He was the one that was sideways going through 1 and 2. Raul Meza, he's going to bail out. A couple of others starting to bail out, jumping to the bottom side, thinking that all hell could break loose at any point. One man that ain't got to worry about it is Kerry Tribune up on the front side, but here comes LaBeouf down on the bottom to battle.
Got a couple of trucks down below on the inside. We're kind of watching them. I saw some smoke in the back, but they hold it together. Here they come to the line. Under 15 to go now. Stage number 1, lap number 11 of 25. Lap 11 of 100. Only 25 miles into this one, and they're back in turn number 1 with now Brady LaBeouf, Season 2 champion, leading the point off 2.
Justin White lined right up behind him. Kerry Tribune, Phil Pappas up here in the top 4. Brian Chew down on the bottom side with Joshua Suss right there to help as well. Think about this. NASRA Esports, Brady LaBeouf, Kerry Tribune, Justin White, and then right there in that mix, Phil Pappas as well. All of these are teammates. The front 4 guys, all of them trying to control the lanes at Daytona early.
Oh, and by the way, don't forget also that, this is the first points race of the season. If you win this race, you're going to the playoffs. I know it's a long way to go, but it is an opportunity to punch yourself in to the postseason out of round number 1 and have an ease of relief throughout the year. It's LaBeouf, it's Tribune, it is White right now, your top 3 on the back straightaway.
Wesley, I mean, I agree with you 100%. It will change your season in a heartbreak. I wouldn't know. I've never made it that far. Brady LaBeouf up here leading this thing. Justin White right behind him. Carriage of Phil Pappas. They have not changed. There's Matt Dula, 97 down on the bottom side. He's got Lee Bailey the third, and Mark Morton joins this battle off turn 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, quick reminder, we are taking off next Monday night. Just remember, it is Labor Day weekend. We will return for round 2 of the Florida Cabinet Distributors 250 and another 2.5 mile. Pocono, September 8th, but we got to get through Daytona tonight. LaBeouf leads them into turn number 1. Behind them, though, the storm is brewing, and they're getting side by side.
Yeah, and right in front of him, Jason Morales, new team with Chrome Racing, was with Highline Racing for many, many seasons. Now he's with Chrome Racing. Lap truck, got the EOL at the start. He lost the draft. Now he'll go one lap down, drops it all the way down to the apron. Brady LaBeouf, Justin White, they sneak out ahead. Here comes Carriage of Butte fighting back hard on the outside with his teammate Phil Pappas.
Here comes the field now, working off of turn number 4. Brady LaBeouf has been in this song and dance many times. Former champion, season 2 from Yuma, Louisiana, now from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And yeah, college football's back this weekend. Roll Tide Roll. Right now, it is Justin White to the inside. He'll make a move on LaBeouf for the lead. Tribune up top shelf. Nobody jumping out of line as they hit the back straightaway. And we're closing in on 10 to go in stage 1.
Agree with you, Wesley Allen. Roll Tide Roll down to FSU, and here we go. Carriage of Butte up top. He may be taking down 24, wanting to win stage 1. Stage points up for grabs. You want to try to get those stage points as early as you possibly can, but LaBeouf fighting hard back on the inside.
Here they come through the tri-oval off of that 31 degrees of banking through 3 and 4. Now down to the line. It is 10 laps to go. 15 in of 25. Stage number 1. Playoff stage points on the line. It's LaBeouf back to the bottom. He's got White in tow. So is Brian Chu. But don't look out behind you, because outside lane is Tribune, followed by Pappas and Suss in 2.
Give them time, really, Wesley Allen. These stage points is really going to open everybody's eyes. Maybe take a couple 3 wide. You see one poking out of line way back there in the back, thinking about jumping up. That was Tyler Goodwin. Thought different. Jumped back in line. For the moment, everybody, pace file formation. Brady LaBeouf, literally the pace car, leading everybody around here at Daytona, but watch for the 3 wide.
3 wide indeed. You know they're going to start to get a little antsy jumping out of line as we move down to the finish of this one. Here they come down through the tri-oval back into turn number 1. It's LaBeouf now on the inside. There goes Justin White. Hey, by the way, don't forget, next Wednesday night, the season 2 return of the NASRA Cup Series. Dean Hopton and myself look forward to being on the call for that one. The Cup cars are back. NASRA Cup Series Wednesday night, September 3rd, as they work their way to the backstretch into turn 3.
Driver in that series too, so watch out for the 57 DBD Chevrolet. I'll be back out there racing a little bit later on in the season, but we got to worry about the Daytona 250 tonight. Brady LaBeouf leading them off turn 4.
And the leaders work their way off the corner. Here they come back down to the line. It is now 8 laps to go. Look at the top 15 or so right there, stacked up like sardines, fighting over the last piece of chicken on the dinner table. On the bottom, it is LaBeouf, leaving no crumbs behind. Tribune up top. Here comes everyone in tow, and we're going to get probably 2 and 3 wide before this is over.
And we already got one poking out of line. Looked like that was Joshua Suss. Thought about going to the top side, thinking Mark Morton would go with him. He thought different. Now they'll fall back in line. Double wide. Carriage of Butte up on the top side with help from Phil Pappas. Down on the bottom side, more organized. Brady LaBeouf, Justin White, Brian Chu, all the way down to the bottom. Down in the cellar where Grandpappy has the moonshine from Granny right here at Daytona Beach.
Grandma hides the moonshine from Grandpappy, and up on the top shelf, she hides the cookies as well. And sometimes it's dentures, and somebody might lose their dentures before this is over with. LaBeouf to the bottom, Tribune up top. Hold it together. 7 to go as here comes truck 7 on the outside looking for the lead in 2.
Yeah, give them time. Give them time. We're maybe seeing some 3 wide. Couple of guys back there in the back starting to maybe start to ease up there to the top side. But right now the battle is on. Carriage of Butte with a shove from Phil Pappas. I got a feeling right now NASRA Esports literally teaming up, wanting to occupy both lanes. One driver, he slides out of line. Mark Morton, no, that's Tyler Dittmer. In the 4, he jumps up on the top side, tries to make something happen, but nobody goes with him off turn 4.
Never count out Tyler Dittmer, originally from Gore, Virginia, now up in Washington State, one of the proud members of our military. Up on the high side, he's got Joshua Suss in the Cop Shop Toyota making a run. Here comes the 3-1 we were talking about. Suss out the middle, clear a path as they're in 1.
Here comes Suss up top, trying to make something happen. Tyler Dittmer riding on board with the Compa. Look how focused he is in his eyes. Tight racing, door to door, damn near door banging between him and Phil Pappas. Here comes the run. They're going to try to do it all by themselves. Tyler Dittmer, no help behind him. We are 3 wide in turn 3 for the lead here at Daytona as they're starting to get a little bit of help starting to sneak back up on them, but the inside of middle lane, they advance.
In the words of Big Papa Pup, holla if you hear me. And they are hollering. Here they come. Almost a little lost truck getting sideways. Somehow he got back going. Little engine that could. Back on the 2-step going. And now we are 2-stepping up into 1 and 2. LaBeouf and Tribune. Here comes a chance to try to make it a tango trio. It is Suss with help by Dittmer. That goes on in 2 with down 5 to go.
Right behind him, the 52 of Christopher Morse Jr. We saw him very, very fast in qualifying. Saw him do pretty good in the duels, but got caught up in a wreck. Relegated him to starting 36th here in this race. Here he is up here trying to get him some stage points as they are 3 wide for the 3rd spot. It's LaBeouf and Carriage-Abune leading them.
Come working now off of turn number 4. Less than 10 miles remain in the opening stage. Heading quickly into the end of the first quarter of this one. Right now, LaBeouf, Tribune, they're side by side behind him. We're 3 wide again, 4 and 5 rows. Sideways, truck in the wall, getting loose. I think he saved it. We'll stay green.
Oh, baby, I'm telling you what, if you ain't got a chance in hell at getting stage points, I would back out 9 ways to Sunday because I got a feeling of a storm of a hurricane brewing. 97, Matt Dula, he jumps up on the top side trying to make something happen. Lee Bader the 3rd thought different. He sticks it straight in the middle. 3 wide once again for the lead. Suss dropping back. LaBeouf, he edges out ahead off turn 4.
Here they come, working now off of turn number 4, 3 wide behind the first 5. That are all door-to-door to the inside. Brady LaBeouf locks the double yellow line. He'll stay in tow. Now he's got white behind him. So is Chew. So is the 45 of Jerry. Trucks bouncing off the wall, scraping off the wall. We still race on in stage 1 down the back straightaway.
Folks, I mean, this place, obviously Daytona, the sister track to Talladega. Talladega, it's at least where you can run 5 wide. You can run 3 wide here. 4 wide is tested it, and they look like they was itching to go the 4 wide. Middle lane starting to ease up and get up into that outside lane. They are literally threading the needle between the wall and the other trucks.
Thundering through the tri-oval, 3 by 3, 4 of 5 rows. That's 15 trucks if you do the math. Right now, one little slip and you've got trouble. Somehow they stay in formation. A couple of laps remaining here in stage number 1. Brady LaBeouf goes below the apron. He got really loose, got sideways, wiggled. He gets out of harm's way. Brady LaBeouf might be in trouble. He backs out of line and they let him race on into turn number 3. Joshua Suss, the new leader.
Wow, LaBeouf hits the inside retaining wall, got sideways, wasn't able to straighten it back out, but up front, now we got contact. Tyler Dittmer gets spun. He goes around. Caution is out. Gets spun around. Christopher Morse Jr. there, and a number of other trucks. Andrew Harris diving down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying not to hit him. Caution is out, and that will end stage number 1, Wesley.
And remember, they have to complete the regular lap, and they'll say that it will be official, but I got a feeling this one will happen under yellow flag conditions. Couple of trucks involved, including Tyler Dittmer in the 4. And you know what? I wonder if Brady LaBeouf had a feeling something was going to go wrong because I'm feeling too damn good. He backed away, and he knew there was trouble brewing. That might have been the smart thing for the 24 to do.
But from what we're looking at, he is way, way, way down the leaderboard. Something happened on the 24. He is all the way down to the 42nd spot. something happened to Brady LaBeouf. He tried to pull out a line, something amiss on that 24, and then you saw the contact with Tyler Dittmer getting spun around as well. But with all of that happening with Mission 1 Esports, NASRA Racing Esports, however you want to look at it, two other dogs up here finishing in the top 5. Carriage-Butte, Phil Pappas, Carriage-Butte winning stage number 1.
Here they come down to the line. This will officially lock up the first stage of the race as they will come down to start finish. And some of them electing to come down to the pit lane, but Carriage-Butte is going to be awarded stage 1, and now they're pitting here.
And I see them coming down right here, Wesley Outland. I mean, you may see some actually take tires. Some will just go ahead and get a splash of gas. You look at it as far as the tire wear goes. I mean, tire wear is not a huge factor here at Daytona like it would be at other tracks, like, say, Auto Club Darlington, Old Atlanta, Chicagoland, all them other tracks. This place is not really worried about the tires, so some of these guys may just forego tires altogether and just take fuel only. But if you're under caution, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and get you 4 freshies, get you a little extra grip out there.
And you know what? I will just blatantly ask Brady LaBeouf. Let's bring him in the booth real quickly, part of the NASRA Racing Esports program, and we'll hear his thoughts. Brady, what happened? You had such a great stage going for you, and then you backed away before the caution come out. Is there something wrong with the 24 truck?
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Brady, do you have a copy, buddy? We're looking at Brady here, and we're watching him work around the racetrack, and we see him slip right there at the bottom of turn number 2. Gets back up in the throttle, then he backs down to the inside, and he lets everybody. Whoa, look at that. Oh, man. He did hit the wall. Wow. Wow. Well, Brady, can you continue, I guess, is the next good question.
Well, we're going to find out in 12 seconds. I mean, I know I got a lot of damage. My screen
What happened?
My screen went black. I couldn't see anything.
Man.
So,
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. It's,
well, don't give up. Still plenty of the race left to go, man. Thank you, Brady.
They're telling me too much damage. We're done, so.
Oh, man. That is heartbreak for the Season 2 champion. He is out of it. You hear the dejection in his voice. We'll step away real quickly and take a break. Stage 2, presented by Glass Mechanic, coming up next from Daytona. Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantle, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, they gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime. race truck onto the pit lane. Green flag flies. Back in their way. Here in Daytona, back in their way. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Glass Mechanics stage number 2. Another 25 laps or less than that goes on. New leader up in front, the 44. Stephen Thomas leads them in turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, Thomas getting a pretty good little jump. Actually, he's in a Ford here tonight, which is a little bit different than what we've seen Stephen Thomas in. I was actually talking to him before the race, Wes Allen. He meant to get in a Toyota with his Chrome Racing teammates and try to run a Toyota. He screwed up, selected the wrong one. He's in a Ford. He's going to have to figure it out here, but he's got Aaron Van Ryder right up on the top side. Thomas trying to lead off turn 4.
By the way, speaking of Robert Richards' all-time career start of NASRA, 438 tonight. Raul Meza in the 37. You see him down to the inside. The green Turf Pro 37. He has career start number 435 tonight. And oh yeah, the leader, Stephen Thomas, career start number 423. He's third on the all-time leads. He leads them, but Van Ryder's going to the lead in 1.
Yeah, Van Ryder just absolutely hung out Matthew Dula. MD, Dula Light, not doing too good now. Now had to fall back to Jeffrey Johnson Jr., completely different team than what he was on last season with Bandits Motorsports, with Jonathan Cofield, Lucas Lyons. Brand new team for Triple J, Jeffrey Johnson Jr. Looking good, started 42nd. He's all the way up to 6th.
And by the way, we understand from talking with Brady LaBeouf just a moment ago, damaged too badly, lost connection, crashed, badly damaged. He is out. Brady LaBeouf, who dominated the first stage, out here in Daytona in the DSR Electric 250. They're back in turn 1, and Aaron Van Ryder trying to rattle everybody's cage in 2.
Yeah, that gray truck that you're seeing up there, also hearing maybe a little bit of trading paints, having a little bit of issues, but that gray truck, it is Jeffrey Johnson Jr., Triple J. I talked about it. Bandits Motorsports, brand new team. Here he is up on the top side with an old teammate. 2 of his old teammates, Kerry Tribute, Phil Pappas, lined up right behind him. Triple J trying to go for the lead off turn 4.
And here they come, and look at a lot of these guys starting to bonsai and drop onto the pit lane. This is unusual. We're seeing guys pit that did not pit earlier. They're coming in now. These are in pit road. This includes drivers Matthew Dula, Chris Blanchard, Chris Cinnamon, Taylor Peacock, and more. The leaders are now in turn number 2 on the back straightaway.
And some of those guys from the Upfront Motorsports stable, baby! Big slide, Triple J took it all the way to the bottom, got up there and led him a lap. And Aaron Van Ryder almost spun him all the way around. Triple J drops it to the bottom. Pappas comes down. He tries to put the block, trying to help out Kerry Tribute, but the inside lane advances too much.
And here we come again now, slicing and dicing, coming through the tri-oval now, working back across start-finish. It's Kerry Tribute now on the outside lane. He leads it. Big push there by Cherry in the 45. He's got Lucas Oil on his machine. By the way, the motorsports community is hurting not only with the passing of Humpy Wheeler, but also on Saturday night, the passing of Forrest Lucas, the founder of Lucas Oil Products as well. Down the back straightaway. Pappas leads him into turn number 3.
Not for long. Here comes the 7 from California. Kerry Tribute. Big shot. Matt Cherry lined right up on his tailgate, give him a shot, race big shot in the shorts, knocking him all the way to the front side. But here comes Pappas back hard on the inside.
Working back into turn number 1. You're on board with Matt Cherry. Matt Cherry's now got Joshua Suss and Brian Chu up on the top. They're sideways. They're bumping, they're banging, they're 3 wide. Kerry Tribute breaks away with the lead again as they work in 2.
Oh, Lord, Adam Newton way back there. Adam Newton gets up under the fence a little bit too much. Suss up top. Here comes Brian Chu up on the top side trying to help out Joshua Suss. Thanks, Mom, as we hear Dean in the background. And we got a big one. Joshua Suss gets turned right in front of Brian Chu. Matt Cherry also gets spun around. We got another big one.
Not as bad as we thought. It's a couple of trucks, maybe. Everybody on the binders to try to miss it. Now the smoke clears. You saw it happen in turn number 3 there, Jacob, and the caution is out for the second time here on Daytona.
Might have been a little prematurely to sit there and say that it was a big one, but 9 times out of 10, when they wreck at the front of the field, you end up having about 10 or 12, maybe even 20 trucks lined up, and they all end up scattering, and all kinds of wreckage happens. You see Mark Morton kind of blinking a little bit right here behind Matt Cherry, but this is not what happens. Actually, yeah, it is a little bit. Pappas comes up, hits Morton. Morton comes up, gets into Suss. There is Brian Chew, innocent bystander. Suss tries to straighten it out, and then they end up going up and hitting the outside retaining wall, and then right in front of them, Matt Cherry got knocked sideways. Yeah, might have been a mini big one. A couple of them getting knocked around coming off of turn number 4. We got a couple of trucks already getting tore up right here to start stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic.
Another look at it, 3 wide in the back. There it is, Joshua Suss. Somebody got into him and gave him a little wiggle there. Look at Matt Cherry. Got sideways, dropped to the inside, bonsai'd off of Thomas, got turned front clip into the wall. Boy, look at the new damage model. And there you see now Lee Bailey, the third, spinning down to the bottom of the apron. Another truck hard shot into the front inside safer barrier as well. And we got back under the yellow flag. Another look at it again. Caution out for the second time here.
There's Tyler Goodwin, 13.
Tyler Goodwin.
Way back here in the back. Let's see what happens to 13. Tyler Goodwin, you can go as low as you got to go, baby. All the way down as low as you got to go. You can go through the grass. You can go all the way down. You can go all the way to where the campers is in the infield to make a pass if there is a wreck going on. But you can't go below that double yellow line to improve your position. You'll get black flag. But if there's all kinds of chaos happening in front of you, you can go wherever you got to go to make a pass. And Tyler Goodwin used this safe strategy, take it all the way down, mow a little grass over in 3 and 4 to make sure that you save your you-know-what and make sure that you got a safe truck.
Looks like we got a few more laps under the yellow flag. Kerry Tribune now the new leader as we're approaching halfway and the end of Glass Mechanic Stage 2. More from Daytona after this.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Back here in Daytona, we're hearing a domestic disturbance in the background with our producer and his mama. And he wants his damn sausage balls, mama. That's all I can tell you. And give him some Vegemite spread, too. Kangaroo meat for you for dinner, buddy. Let's go back to the restart, shall we? Lights off on the pace truck. Oh, Jacob, are you ready for the new season? Jacob, come on, dude. You got to stop laughing. You got to help me here, okay?
I can't help it. We got to fucking on 2 weeks. That close Charlotte Live Rock Talladega. Oh, Lord. I can't see. I got tears.
Daytona, Pocono, Auto Club, Charlotte, Lime Rock. Some of the new tracks that will be in the first 5 weeks of the season. And we'll get ready to go back for a restart. Oh, KFC was great. I finished the chicken this afternoon, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Hey, chicken is okay if you keep it in the refrigerator. All right. I mean, like, come on. I did. Listen, I got a 16-piece of KFC, and we ain't no way plugging the Colonel because they don't give us not a damn thing of money, but I do love their food. But I ate it like twice last week. I ate some over the weekend, and I ate chicken today, man, for lunch. I mean, come on. That 16-piece lasts, Tough times in our country. Let's go back to green. Jacob, that's your call.
Yeah, Carrie Tribune out here. Yeah, tough times, baby, tough times. Carrie Tribune up here at the front. Phil Pappas trying to jump down him, or right up behind him. How about Kermit the Frog, Luke Smith? We talked about him a while ago. Actually, nope, we ain't talked about him all damn race long. He started 34th. Here he is up here in second. But not for long. Here comes Christopher Morse Jr. with Shane Trotter lined right up behind him. Morse Jr. was strong in qualifying, was strong in the duels, got wrecked in duel number 2. He had to start 36th. Here he is up here battling for the lead at Daytona.
Oh, and by the way, here they come now through the tri-oval. It'll be now 13 to go. We're midway point here in Class Mechanics stage number 2. We try to go 3 wide again. There goes Robert Richards. First time we mentioned him tonight. The all-time starter of NASRA. Tonight, career start number 438. Looking for his 13th career win. He's up on the top, fighting with trucks as they work inside of turn number 2.
Yeah, I mean, check out some of them that are sliding by him right here with the likes of the Spiceman, Chris Cinnamon, the 9 of Chris Blanchard, Taylor Peacock back here. Up front, Motorsports trying to work their way to the front. Adam Newton back there a little bit behind them as well. But up front, Morse Jr., battle for the lead. Carrie Tribune, Kermit the Frog, Phil Pappas, Shane Trotter, all of them working off turn 4.
Carrie Tribune, by the way, winner of stage number 1, and right now he leads Class Mechanics stage 2. But there is Luke Smith right behind him up top. There goes the driver, Christopher Morse Jr. on the outside lane. Do you remember what happened to him a couple of weeks ago? He actually had a pretty good lap in qualifying. However, he used a side draft of a truck to help him lock up the position. They disallowed his time. And because of that, he had to start in the back. But look at this now. He's moving to the lead. Christopher Morse Jr., welcome to NASRA. He's on the outside going to turn 3, looking for P1.
Yeah, he was looking for it, but now Shane Trotter gets kicked up on the top side. Chris Cinnamon lined up right behind him now with Chris Blanchard riding on board with CMJ, Christopher Morse Jr. Now he gets the shove from the Spiceman. They try to work their way around Luke Smith and Carrie Tribune. And what a race this would be for Luke Smith to get the win here tonight at Daytona, I should say. Boy, Miss Piggy would be tickled to death if Kermit the Frog could pull it off here tonight at Daytona 250.
Right now, here they come, working down that back straightaway. We're 3 wide for just a moment. Look at Adam Newton, by the way. Adam Newton is now Christopher Morse Jr. hung out to dry. He's got no friends. Here comes the pole man. There goes the driver, Lucas Lyons, up the middle. And I'm understanding that Brady LaBeouf might be back on racetrack, but he is several laps down, though. The Spiceman from Canada, Chris Cinnamon, now leads him back into turn number 1. He's the former champion of the series.
Oh, Canada, hold on to it. Blanchard sideways right up behind him. May open the door for the outside lane. Adam Newton and Matt Dula, they going to hook up a little bit up on this outside lane. Mark Martin with them. 3 wide for the lead. Now on the bottom side, Cinnamon and others trying to make it happen. Carrie Tribune stuck out for just a little bit. Luke Smith, his right rear is caved in. From there you see it right there on the camera. The right rear of the 27 caved in just a little bit. Maybe some of that contact from Pappas getting into Luke Smith. Carrie Tribune surges out of hand, but it is a straight-up madhouse behind him.
It is Carrie Tribune still in the lead for how long, though? Here comes a little wiggle there by the number 3, that's Cinnamon, by the way, season 4 champion. And now look at this now, but under 10 to go in Glass Mechanic. stage number 2. Look at Maine's Chris Blanchard. They had a big race last night called the Oxford 250. The man out of Clinton, Maine, trying to win here in NASRA's Daytona. Here he works on the back straightaway in 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, he's right there smack dab in the middle. Right there, he's got Dula up top, Pappas down low. Now make that Newton up top and Pappas down low. Sediment's still stuck in the middle. Bulldog Adam Newton leading up on the outside lane. Almost door bagging between Blanchard and Newton. They straighten it out. They keep it straight. Kerry Tribune still leads off turn 4. But boy, they are stacking up all kinds of 3 wide behind them.
They certainly are. It's Kerry Tribune now stays to the inside of the double yellow line. He'll follow with Luke Smith. He'll follow with Phil Pappas. They're all committed, but now the middle lane, the outside lane, comes to form. It's Christopher Morse Jr. up top with Newton, and then it's Cinnamon with Blanchard right there with Lyons as they work the middle lane off too.
How about the pole man? Lucas Lyons back up here in the middle of this. Remember, jumped down to the bottom of the racetrack below the double yellow line, coming off of turn number 2, dropped to the back, saw something he didn't like. Now he's starting to work his way back up here to the front, trying to go for the 2-for. Won this sucker last season for season 5. He's trying to win the season opener for season 6, 2 seasons in a row.
3 by 3 by 3 by 3 again. 12 trucks now, 3 wide, almost 4 wide if you want to make it a party. 3's a crowd, 4's a party, and 5 is freaking chaos. Back into turn number 1 and 2, we're 3 wide up the banking.
Oh, baby, hold on to it. Golly, Bob, hold on to it. Inches apart, literally closer than the cars in a virtual parking lot here at Daytona. Blanchard with a shove to Sediment, a nose out in front. Morse Jr. got hung out a while ago. He was the one that got stuck in the middle. The sucker hole got kicked back. Now Lucas Lyons, 41, he's falling back just a little bit. He gets off of him. 3 wide once again. Morse up top. Tribune down on the bottom, and the Spice Man stuck in the middle as Morse cuts across all of them.
Not done yet. Here they come now, down to the line. 6 laps to go now. In stage number 2, presented by Glass Mechanic, here in the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series at the DSR Electric Daytona 250. One wrong slip and we got trouble. Kerry Tribune gives the push to Morse Jr. down to the inside. Christopher Morse leads him on the back straightaway to the inside off 2.
Yeah, but he's got to watch out for some of these NASRA veterans like Adam Newton, Chris Blanchard, obviously Chris Sediment, Kerry Tribune, others like Luke Smith and Jonathan Cofield, 58 up here, last season's champion and defending champion. Jonathan Cofield with Bandits Motorsports, he's up here in the mix off turn 4.
And here they come, working now through the tri-oval, down to the line. Christopher Morse Jr. leading. Kerry Tribune right there in tow. There's the high gains and the droppers. The gains on your screen. Green is high positions gain. Red, dropper, dropping positions. And right now, Christopher Morse Jr., highest climber of the race, up 35 spots to the lead on the back straightaway. He can't go no further.
No, he can't go any further, and I'm sure he'd be tickled to death about it. They stack up on the inside lane. Taylor Peacock down there. He stacks up a little bit. They'll fall back. Morse Jr. still leading on the bottom side. Kerry Tribune lined right up behind him. And the Spice Man and Chris Blanchard trying to make something happen as they're getting all kinds of out of shape heading into the trial.
Thunder rumbles into the corner, truck down below the bottom of the apron, trying to get back up in the lane again, and here we go. 4 laps remaining, 10 miles left here in Glass Mechanic Stage 2, and the halfway mark of the race will be 125 miles in now. Here comes now an outside lane. It is going to be Matthew Dula. He's got friends with Lucas Lyons. That's the front row going to the front in turn 3.
I mean, he just knocked the hell out of him. Literally knocked the hell out of him. Told him, get out of my way. We got a spinner. Morse Jr. spun down to the inside of the racetrack. Able to keep it off of the wall. Never touched the inside rotated wall, but we are still clean and green. Morse Jr. would disagree, but now Lucas Lyons and Cinnamon, they're side by side. You got Cofield with Bandits Motorsports hooking up there as well, catching lap traffic here coming off of turn number 2. Lyons, he'll back out of it on the inside. Chris Cinnamon and Matt Dula, they're going to battle it out midway down the back.
Fair game with Cinnamon now down to the inside. He leads them, the season 4 champion. By the way, there's the outside pole. Matthew Dula and the pole man up on the top shelf. We're 3x3 again, coming to 2 to go. Over 50 plus watching. Hit that like and subscribe. It's kind of been like crickets tonight in the chat box. Besides who asked me about my KFC last week, let us know who you're rooting for. What you think of the race. 2 to go, 5 miles left in stage 2, and they're back in 1.
Me about my McDonald's today. Ask me about anything. Let us know what you're thinking. Who you think's gonna win this damn thing? I know we're in stage 2, but we still got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Dula stuck in the middle. Cinnamon down on the bottom side with Blanchard. Here comes Bandit Motorsports up top. Lucas Lyons. Huge shot right now from Jonathan Cofield up top. They are coming back to the 1 to go here to end stage 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic.
Rocketing in launch off turn number 4. Here they come to the line. It's 1 more remaining, 2.5 miles left to go here in stage number 2. Right now, Poleman, Lyons back up there again. Dula gives them a push. Lap traffic could be a factor to decide it as they work in turn 2 for the final time.
The Lyons down on the bottom side absolutely hung his teammate out to dry. Used him up like an old dish rag you throw away. Jonathan Cofield slipping back with Justin White lined up behind him. Now Lucas Lyons, he's going to have to watch all lanes. Matt Dula lined up right behind him. Chris Cinnamon lined up behind him as well. Adam Newton, Chris Blanchard side by side. They're catching lap traffic off turn 4.
Here they come, working now off of turn number 4. Some trucks trying to go 3 and 4 wide below the yellow line, and they're going to spin into the grass. Lucas Lyons will go to the grass. So will the machine, I believe, of Chris Cinnamon. Matthew Dula is going to take stage number 2. All this chaos happening, coming down to the tri-oval as Cinnamon and Lyons and others, I think it was Thomas also, that went below the double yellow line into the grass because of lap traffic in the way. Let's watch this again. Matthew Dula, by the way, winner of Glass Mechanic stage number 2. And if I'm doing the math correctly, Jacob, I believe this is the first ever stage win for Matthew Dula. Watch the replay one more time as they're coming off of turn number 4. Lucas Lyons falls all the way back, I think, to the top 20. Watch the replay here, Jacob, and set it up for us because this lap machines were kind of making everybody get in a panic.
I mean, Dula took a shot up on the outside lane, but they had no idea. Lyons had no idea the Spice Man was coming until the last minute. Jumped down, put the block on him, and there you see the Spice Man coming through. Everybody tried to scamper around. That lap traffic did cause a little bit of a disturbance right here with every bit of that. But Cinnamon had the right idea. He had the run. He dove it down on the inside. He tried to catch Lyons sleeping. It would have been 3 wide at the line. But once Cinnamon got in the lines, Matt Dula just basically cruised all the way to the stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic. And then Cinnamon, he ended up getting knocked out of that with Lucas Lyons getting second. He still got second place points. Did Lucas Lyons, but watch it again, right on board with Cinnamon, saw a hole, jumps down, Lyons tries to jump down, put the block, late on the block, too little too late, and Matt Dula up top, he gets away with it scot-free. Adam Newton and others file right in. Stage 2, Matt Dula, his first stage win.
And by the way, we need to go ahead and grab the stage 1 and stage 2 winner. That I believe is Matthew Dula, as well as I think it was Kerry Tribute. So let's go ahead and bring them up into the broadcast booth. We'll grab them after we come back from pit stops. They're taking pit stops. We'll take one too, and we'll speak to them next. Welcome. Welcome back to Daytona. Hey, listen, we're going to grab the stage winners here. Jacob first. You've got Kerry Tribune. He'll restart ninth for the third and final stage. He's the winner of stage one of the season as well. You got it.
Yes, sir. Kerry Tribune, baby. Awesome little run that you had right there at stage one. I know it was about 25 laps ago, but congratulations on winning the very first stage of season 6 here at DSR Electric. How's the racing out there going on?
It's pretty wild up here. People are going 3 wide pretty early and just trying to get everything they can get. But yeah, we just held our own and was just stayed down at the bottom, and it's the second lane. And yeah, I don't know.
What's it going to take to get the win here tonight at Daytona? Is it just going to be survival, or what's it going to take?
Probably survival, but also just managing how hot your truck gets. I was getting pretty hot pushing for a while, so just managing your runs, and if you're clear, take them. There was a couple times I was clear and I didn't take it, but yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say.
All bets are off. We'll see what Kerry Tribune does here in the third and final stage. Let's grab stage 2 winner real quickly. Matthew Dula started on the outside of the front row. Dula, you are ready to go for the restart, man. You're taking this race. It's been wild, hasn't it? You think it's going to get even more wilder at the end here, final stage?
Oh, you can guarantee it's going to get more wild. That into the second stage was crazy. Really thankful for the help that I've been getting from the team. Just happy to have this Puppers Toyota Tundra up front there for a minute. Really enjoyed the battle with Lucas and all of them. Hate that it looked like maybe they spun across the infield coming across the line, but happy to be out front there, and hopefully I can battle my way all the way back and get something, good out of this race, and maybe even get a win. I don't know. We'll see.
First ever stage win. But I got to ask you, man, what would it mean to win the first race of the season, obviously, and it would be a big win for you, the 97.
It'd be massive, man. We've started out really hot already. Got a couple money-paying positions, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I think it's going to be a good year. I love Daytona. It's probably my favorite track that I race at. So, hey, man, here's hoping. We got to work on some strategy, get back up front, but, yeah, I think we got a good shot.
We'll keep an eye on him. Matthew Dula in stage 2 winner, stage 1 winner, Kerry Tribune. That's how they are. Pace truck is coming in. Jacob, if you can, move them back to their spots. We are coming back to the restart zone. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to settle it all. Second half of the Daytona DSR Electric 250 is on. This is the push for the money, for the win, for the money, for the glory, for the fun, mostly for the bragging rights of being the season 6 opener winners. They dive in turn 2.
Yeah, they dive down into turn 1 and 2. Mark Morton up at the front, blinking out just a little bit. Aaron Van Ryder, he's up on the outside. Got Roger Dapple, Adam Newton down on the bottom side to help. Justin White down here on the bottom side as well. Mark Morton still blinking out on this inside lane. It's not going to help this inside lane very much because Adam Newton does not know when he can push Mark Morton, when he cannot. For the moment, Morton is there, and he is leading.
Here they come, working now through the tri-oval, down to the inside. Mark Morton from around Jacobs' neck of the woods, Cartersville, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, in Chatsworth. Goes to the inside. He's up in front, but he's got a little inking, blinking nod, and Newton is ready to pounce on him. The Bulldog has got the teeth out in turn 2.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job trying to slide right up through here, but watch out. Oh, there he goes. Hangs him out. Justin White, Peacock going up there as well. All of them straight up shooting right by Mark Morton. Kerry Tribune gets knocked into him. We got a hell of a wreck. Kerry Tribune, the 7, straight up into the outside retaining wall. That is your big one, Wesley Outlet. We got a parking lot in 3 and 4.
Kerry Tribune, Dan Hagan, the 2 involved. So is also others scampering from the accident. Blanchard, Cherry, others caught up in this one here. A massive crash. Shane Scott caught up in it. Here's a look at a replay again. And the man, Mark Morton's truck, blinking, caused this crash. Stage 1 winner, bicycles into the pack, and around we go from there, Jacob. You saw it happen.
Yeah, I mean, just innocent bystanders getting caught up in this. Kerry Tribune, Stephen Thomas, Mark Morton blinking. Might have been that contact. Thomas tried to think about trying to jump to the bottom. Watch it again right here. You see Kerry Tribune trying to dive down. There's Mark Morton. He was blinking. That's where everybody shot and went around him. Here comes Thomas. Thomas trying to move up, get around him. Kerry Tribune not knowing how tight he was on his left rear. Ends up sending him down into Morton. Tribune trying to save it. Everybody else jumping on the biters. Lee Bailey the third just misses him. 21 dives straight into it. That is Shane Scott. Hits him hard. There's Jason Morales. Scott goes around. Then you see others diving around. That is Triple J trying to work his way through there. Multi-truck accident. Here is Chad Ross with the good old GM on the hood. Watch it. He got left, right. I mean, literally chaos at every single corner. And if that is all that Chad Ross got out of that accident right there, he is literally a lucky dog. If that's all that the 38 got out of that, because there was a whole lot more others that were not as fortunate. Here's Tyler Goodwin. Let's see what happens to the 13 with Bad Bunny on the hood of it.
Man, what a hard break. And it's so frustrating that it was a truck with disconnection issues or the ink and blinking issue that I always jokingly say. But I will tell you this, if you have that internet interference, they've got a new rule now. Even iRacing is that you get kicked from the server. This was just a little too late before that happened. And then obviously you see the end result. Luke Smith, others driving, Dan Hagan, Howard in the grass as well. Wow. We need to look at this again one more time. Kerry Tribune, Shane Scott, nowhere to go as well. He got collected in it. And it's a heartbreak for so many good trucks, and I just think this is just the start of it. We're at the top of the hour. We need to pause quickly for 10 seconds of station identification. If you're listening on the radio, CRN and the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series, Daytona 250.
This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Daytona giveth, Daytona taketh away. We just saw that happen to Kerry Tribune. Understanding more trucks are also torn up. Justin Lumpkin and others, I think. Others on the pit lane. They're out of this thing here. And Jacob, it is so disappointing. We talk about a guy like Kerry Tribune. We just spoke to a guy like Kerry Tribune, and he said, I got a feeling it's about to get crazy, chaotic. I don't think he thought he was going to be the guy caught up in it. Now, he's got to see if he can fight his way back into this thing here.
I mean, Kerry Tribune's actually going to be mad at me because I was the one that was talking to him in that interview. So there's your commentator's curse, I guess you could say. I interviewed him, and then he gets caught up in a wreck. But he still got some stage points out of it. We'll see if Kerry can fight back one way or another. I think he may have a beat ball flag. Yes, he does. He was the only one out of all of that got a meatball flag. And for those of you that are listening to listen to us on CRN, for those of you that this is your first iRacing broadcast, a meatball flag is a black flag with a big old orange ball right in the middle of it. Literally, I mean, it looks like a big old orange beach ball. What that means is that there is required repairs that you need to have done to your vehicle before you can get out there. Basically, in redneck terms, that means that your truck or your vehicle is trashed. It is straight up tore all to hell. You cannot get it back out there. You get the meatball flag, you may as well park it, go get you a cold beer, and sit here and watch the rest of it here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, because you are done.
Here's a look at the upcoming schedule. Daytona tonight, Pocono next week. Pocono in 2 weeks. Remember, we are off next Monday. Because of obviously Labor Day. Yeah, you can go shopping. You can have to have your mama do your shopping. Ding. You can go shopping yourself. Vegemite sandwiches. Kangaroo burgers. Outback. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Chris Blanchard is racing Racing Guy 19, yes, Jonathan Cofield is in the field, but he is being quietly patient, if you will, playing possum. And we come back to the green flag. Jess Ellaboo is rooting on Ryan, her husband. And the partner in crime, Tyler Goodwin. Like two June bugs on a summer night. We go back to green here in Daytona. 40 laps to go as they climb into turn number 1 next time by.
Yeah, and Adam Newton down on the bottom side. Will he jump up to the top or will he stay down here with Taylor Peacock? Taylor Peacock, always really, really good here at Daytona, Talladega, New Atlanta, really good on the super speedways. That's exactly who Adam Newton will stick with. Up top, you got Taylor, or Justin White, I should say, with Aaron Van Ryder. Lap traffic down on the bottom side. Oh, dear Lord. 21 Shane Scott. But kept it down on the bottom side, give everybody a lane. Up top, side by side, it's White and Newton on forward.
Somehow they held it together as they worked down back through the tri-oval. It is on the inside, Newton. 36 positions, and now Justin White back up there. He'll fight for the lead, the man out of Tennessee. Keep an eye on the Cops entry. He knows how to get it done. He's got Taylor Peacock to his inside as well.
Oh, baby, here we go. Aaron Van Ryder all over the back door. Justin White almost knocked him sideways. Right behind him, Phil Pappas. Back up here in the mix, started 13th. He's been running up front all race long. Lee Baylor the third lined up behind him. 00, Hunk Wigington. Talking about the super speedway aspect, Wesley Outland, the big-time draft equalizer. It brings people to the front that we don't normally see on short tracks and mile-and-a-halfs and road courses. Daytona is the great equalizer. Hunk Wigington running up in the top 10, having a very solid night.
Back into the corner, into turn number 1 and 2. Joey Stiers, by the way, we're understanding having a little ink and blinking issue, and I don't think NASRA is going to let that stuff fly. That caused the last crash, so I think they're telling him to ship up or ship out. Down the back straightaway, it is Newton in the lead. Justin White to the outside. That is Peacock on the 81, and look at the prime 83. Aaron Van Ryder, and look at the gray. 14, Roger Dybone, and the caution's out. We're crashing again. Cherry, Kaufman, others, bottom of the racetrack, yellow flag. Oh, no.
There's your parking lot right there.
Man, did Joey Stiers cause that accident again, Jacob? What do you think?
I have no idea. We'll check it out. See what happened right here on the Pulse Popper.
It says Joey Stiers is out on our scoring ticker, but I'm wondering if that was after the fact. Let's watch this. Oh, my God. Yeah, there he is. Look at that. Is that Chad Ross? That's Chad Ross in the 38. Oh, wow. That's Howard.
69, that's Tim Hammond right there.
Tim Hammond, yeah,
Hammond
that's Hammond.
involved
Wow.
right there.
But there was two other trucks ahead of them that were blinking.
Yeah, Dane, if we can go back right here, watch what we got right here. You got Timmy Hammond right here. You see him. He's got Kaufman lined up behind him. That is Shane Scott in the 21. He was running no problem at all. And then all of a sudden, it's just like he just jammed on the brakes. He went all the way from about 190 all the way down to 170. Blinked in.
That's Morton. That's friggin' Morton. Look at that, guys. That's Morton. That's Morton.
Yes, blinking. Yeah.
That's Morton who caused the last crash. He caused this one, or at least helped continue to create what happened. Wow. From an aerial view, I'm not saying that Mark Morton started it, but he kept the accident continue to happen. Look at that. You can't see him. You can't see me. He's like John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, I think all that right there, something happened with the Shane Scott machine, and he went like 10, 15 miles an hour slower, and I think it just threw Timmy Hammond off. I mean, literally flipped him out. He had no idea where to go. Jammed on the brakes, went left, right. Check it out one more time. Watch Scott. He's just going to just literally about stop. Watch, bam, there it is. He just straight up almost stops. Something happened on the 21. It stacked everybody up. Hammond got stacked up sideways. Kaufman gets into the back of him. Watch what happens. Watch him behind Shane Scott. Stacked them up. Hammond didn't know what was going on. Kaufman was trying to get out of the gas as well. Hammond goes around, and then after that, it's calamity. Once again, Matt Cherry and others getting involved. But some technical issues is going on out here. Wesley Outlet with about 40 laps to go in this bad boy. And hopefully they get all this mess cleaned up, because I would love to see a great finish here for the Daytona 250.
Oh, okay. Darren Lumpkin was chiming in, and he said hate that Justin Lumpkin couldn't make it tonight. His stepson had a football game, and he was there for that. Hey, it's okay. Cool. Football's back. And Lane cheering on Chris Blanchard. Going for the corn-fed Iowa boys, Dustin Gordon, whoever the hell that is. Okay. I heard commentators curse only happens when you have McDonald's earlier in the day. Well, don't, Jacob, that's you. I had chicken, I had chicken and tacos earlier. 63 of 100 laps, right? We got guys spinning here. I had Taco Bell, man. I get that 12 hard, 12 soft tacos, Yeah. That'll last me about 3 or 4 days.
Hey, you know what? While we got the opportunity, while we're right here, while we're kind of BSing, I guess you could say right here, while we got the opportunity. I put out a brand new episode, DVD, door banging download. Wesley, I'm sure you probably listened to it as well. But I have some beef. And I wanted to go ahead.
I love beef. I love steak. I love chicken. I love hamburger meat.
Because we do have beef. We got beef. And it has to do with McDonald's. This is a new one. This one wasn't even on the episode this past week. This was a brand new one. When you have rewards points, you have all these rewards points. I feel like I want to do it. We got beef every single time we come out here for the broadcast. But when you have reward points, like when you have 13,000 rewards points and you want to get a quarter pounder with cheese meal, you want to get the quarter pounder with cheese, you want to get the fries, and you want to get the Coca-Cola and all that good stuff. Why is it that on the McDonald's app that you can only redeem one reward per order? Why can't
you can't get a combo, is what you're saying?
No. I mean, you can't go in there and get 3 different items on one order with all your rewards points. You have to go in there and physically make 3 orders. 3 orders.
Wow.
One for the quarter pounder, one for the fries, and then one for the Coke. And then they look at you like you're an idiot.
I think it's the inventory thing.
No. They don't want to give out free food. They don't want to give out free food.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Anybody out there remember McDonald's way back in the day where it was drive-through faster than 30 seconds? If it wasn't faster, you get free food? Yeah. They got rid of that real quick. We got beef. There you go.
Back to green. We got trouble. Oh, we're crashing on the restart. And Ross and others are crashing. We're going to right back under caution. Wow. We got some virtual metal beef coming at you there, Jacob.
We got something going on out here, man. Everybody's getting
Ross crashes, man. What the hell?
I don't know what happens to Chad right here. We'll have to check it out right here. Sports Pop presents it replay. You see Chad Ross down here on the bottom side. Joey Stires right behind him. There's a huge stack up there ahead of him. Stires gets into the back of Ross and just kind of knocks it. It might have been Detmer. It kind of looked like it might have been Joey Stires, but both of their trucks. We'll see right there. I think that was a 23 right there behind him. Yeah. Joey Stires right there behind him. It's just a huge stack up, and the bam, Luigi just knocks Bowser around, knocks him sideways. I guess they were going after Princess Peach, and Luigi wasn't too tickled to death about it. And bye-bye Chad Ross after the stack up right in front of him.
I'll to get the Mario. I'll to get Mario. You said Luigi, and I thought of Mario. Oh. Too late. What is Adam Newton doing? What is he doing? Hello, pace car, where are you? There he goes. All right, there you go. Be nice. There we go, guys. All right.
It's the pace car. There he is.
I was about to say the whole damn race, the whole race field, like rebelled against the race. They were mutiny. So we're not doing this no more. Oh my goodness. We have another caution. No. We have another look at the schedule too. So, hey, by the way, don't forget, coming up next Wednesday night will be the qualifying night for the season 2 of the NASRA Cup Series. The NASRA Cup Series is back. Cup cars. They're going to run 3 different origins of Cup cars again. Jacob, what did you think of that? You used to you ran in the series. So I got to ask you, what did you think of that? Was it the next gen, the Gen 4, the Gen 6, I think it was, or something like that? Yeah,
it was. I mean, I thought it was interesting, to be honest with you. And anybody that listens here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network and you want to see some good Cup racing, I'm telling you right now, you need to go check that out on Wednesday nights, because it was a blast every single week, because it kept you on your toes, because I kept looking at the schedule when I raced last season, and we would go to a track and I'd be like, okay, well, good, we got to adjust for this track. Well, first off, what the hell are we driving? We don't know if we're going to be driving, a next Gen 6 or Gen 4 now. I mean, I loved it because you got 3 eras or 3 completely different eras of NASCAR Cup Series racing. I thought it was awesome. I hate the next gen cars. I've said that publicly, and I stick by that. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you got to take the good with the bad, I guess. But I mean, honestly, it is some of the best racing that you will see. I enjoyed my time in that series. And like I said, I'll be a part-time driver. I'll come back and race a little bit in the later on in the season, somewhere around maybe December, somewhere in that range. I'll jump back in there, run a couple of races, maybe some plate races or something, just to kind of come back and be relevant on that one. But for the most part, I'm telling you, I mean, season 2, Justin White's really pumping this bad boy up. I'm telling you, I think this is going to be a very good season for the NASRA Cup Series for season 2.
Should be a good one. It should be a good one. Season 2, we're understanding a lot of cool things being added to the mix, and we're ready to see what happens. Season number 2 begins with qualifying next Wednesday night, Labor Day weekend. Remember, we're off next Monday, going to Pocono September the 8th. But remember, next Wednesday night, we are qualifying for the NASRA Cup Series. Jacob, give us the skinny on the Cup Series, man. What happened on Friday night? Who won the race and who won the championship?
Yeah, I mean, Matthew Lee comes out there. He got the score, or he scored the win. Ryan Johnson had a different pitch strategy than Matt Lee did. And I got to be honest with you, if there would have been one more lap out of that whole thing, I think Johnson would have really ran him down. He would have ran him down, and he would have got that bad boy in the bag. And even Matt Lee said that as well. And, I mean, it came out. I mean, it was a fantastic finish. MDW, Matthew David Woods, snake bit again. Come close so many times. I mean, he had a strategy. He tried to make it work. The cautions didn't fall the way that they needed to for him. It just didn't play out for him. So he's going to have to try again in season 11. And I feel bad for him, just how the points was and how the points in the playoff brackets and everything else was for him. And if you want my unfiltered opinion of how playoff brackets and all that good stuff works out, go check out the North Vegas Download Spotify podcast. I talked about it in the brand new episode. How do you crown a real champion? That's the name of the episode. Go check it out.
Door banging download. Check it out. Gotta love it. And you know what? Did you do an episode of the Door banging download where just we had the behind the mic segment? Because I mean, all the content you've recorded for how long? I mean, like literally.
It's been a couple of months. I don't know if we may end up being able to have a complete behind the mic segment, because if we do, then I may have to speak with Dean's lawyers because he's already talking about that already through my ears. So we may not be able to do a full episode. But I mean, the behind the mic stuff was just something that we started. I believe it was DSR Electric, and it was at Iowa last season. I believe it was.
Yeah.
And it was just something that I was just like, everybody listens to us talk during the broadcast, and then there was people asking me, what the hell are y'all laughing about? Why are y'all laughing so hard when y'all coming back from commercial break? And nobody knew what it was. Well, I figured,
they think we're mentally unstable is what they think it is.
Well, they thought we was crazy, so I was like, okay, well, let's give the folks at home a view into our behind the scenes, unfiltered, what we talk about. Behind the mic is what it is. And then it kind of spiraled out of control where I've been interviewing drivers and, before races and everything. And it's just kind of a session where everybody can just kind of just let loose and we can kind of have fun because, Wesley, I've talked about it before. I mean, there's so much bad going on in the world, man. You got to be able to laugh and have a little bit of fun to at least try to be sane. And that's what the whole segment was all about, was just to have fun and just everybody just kind of joke around and just kind of relax for a little bit. Just kind of have a moment during the day where we could all just kind of screw around and joke off and pretty much have a good time.
Or like Racing Guy 19 just said, Trump's put tariffs on the AI and now they are glitching. LOL.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
By the way, these are not AI. These are not artificial intelligence. These are real people having problems with their internet. There is no. Yeah, that's very true. Dean might be a robot, Jacob. That's why he won't expose himself. He won't unveil what he looks like.
Be a robot from Duck Dodgers in the 21st and a half century or whatever it is.
Jacob Wesley, let's go green. Back in her way. NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series, season number 6. The lid lifter with White and Diebold on the outside, going to turn number 1.
We go. Come on down on the inside. Justin White, big shot from Taylor Peacock. Diebold up front. Roger Diebold, one of those drivers that made it into the playoffs last season, looking to be on a little bit, trying to get on a run early on. He led one lap or won one race. Last season, it was at Phoenix. Led one lap in that race, and it counted. It was the last lap. Here he goes, trying to lead him a lap at Daytona and probably punch his ticket to the playoffs very early on right here in the first one.
Can it happen? Will it happen? Here they come, down to the line, into turn number 1, past the stripe. 30 laps to go here at Daytona. Justin White now. Diebold, stride for stride. Look at Peacock and Cinnamon right back in the battle again on the high side in 2.
Yeah, and how about Justin White? He has been one of those drivers that's been one of the veterans here at NASRA for quite some time, but his wins has not really stacked up as of late. What a win would mean for the number 2 to get it done here tonight at Daytona and lock himself into the playoffs, not have to worry about a thing all season long. He's got to worry about Diebold, Cinnamon, Peacock, and others off turn 4.
They work down the back stretch. Here they come now. Coming back to the line. That's how fast these laps are going by here now. White now inside. Somehow they stay in tow, and look at them working side by side. Boy, oh boy, if you've been saving something and you're in the back, Jacob, it's time to come to the front like Cofield or others, and instead we have another caution. Yellow flag will fly. Oh, no. I'm not sure what happened.
I'm not sure what happened either.
Is it Morton? It might be Morton. Wow. Well, we're under the yellow flag. We'll see if this clears back up. But, Jacob, if you can, go back in your little hamster wheel and see if you can find it, my friend, under the yellow flag for the 7th time here.
Yeah, I'm looking on my end. I have absolutely no idea what the caution was for. I'm still looking. I don't know. I mean, debris caution? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've already had a couple of them turned around, a couple of bumpers being knocked off now way Sunday. I mean, I don't know. Might be a debris caution for all I know. I don't see anybody around.
In 69. Check Hammond in 69. Timothy Hammond in 69. Check him. Oh, wow.
Beats me on that one.
Stops are happening, and I got a feeling, Jacob, this could be the money stop right here for a lot of guys. They're pitting here. This is it.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly could. You see everybody jumping down pit road. Some may be getting 4 freshies. Some may just saying, you know what, screw it. Just give me gas. Just give me enough to make it all the way to the end. See Justin White in the 2. He peels off. Others way back there in the back, Timmy Hammond and others jumping down pit road. Honestly, this being a caution right here and you're not having to worry about trying to beat everybody off of pit road, I would just go ahead, put 4 freshies on it, send it back out there, get all the grip you can get, and stay out there for the rest of it. Try to win yourself the Daytona 250.
We're taking a break, and we are heading to the home stretch of round 1 of the year. Daytona, the finish around the corner, or will more drama happen? Find out next. Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantle, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, they gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime. Well, after a little bit of troubleshooting, we have found out with 25 laps to go, Jacob Reeves, what the caution was for.
Yeah, I mean, Lucas Lyons sent me a voice message. I have no idea how he does all this. Lucas Lyons is like an in-race reporter. I mean, you know, if there's a crash or if there's something going on that we're not 100% about, he sends me messages in Discord about what's going on. Well, he had to send me an audio message. I don't even know how the hell you do that while you're driving, but he did it anyway. And basically, it was other drivers that was trying to get the wave around. They was not able to get waved back around the pace car. So Brady LaBeouf and the NASRA officials at B had to throw the caution. That way they could get their wave around. But the only thing about it is that they've disabled the driver chat, so the drivers can't necessarily talk and key up and say anything to race control because there's been a lot of them that's been a little ticked off here this evening on it, just how maybe they was getting screwed over one way or another. So we got a lot of them upset right now late in this race.
I mean, I get ticked off. Just go on to the next one. Roger Diebold, his Ford leads the way. The primer color, number 14. Taylor Peacock, those drivers up 34 and 36 spots. to be up in the front row. Chris Cinnamon up 27 spots to third. Lee Bailey, Nate Maurer, Luke Smith, Andrew Harris, Raul Meza, Phil Pappas, Chris Blanchard, top 10. As we get ready to come back to the line, under 25 to go at the stripe. Go time. Ready to settle it here.
Green, green, green.
Back underway at Daytona. Watch him down into the corner into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Diebold. He'll get the launch on everybody on the restart as they'll climb up the banking heading your way, Jacob, into turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Roger Diebold down on the inside with Chris Cinnamon lined right up behind him. Taylor Peacock trying to lash right on as well. How about the 971 NASRA's area code? Nate Maurer in the house. I haven't talked about him all race long. Started 25th. He is up here inside the top 5. But Lee Bailey the third leading the train on the outside with Phil Pappas and Raul Meza on the outside off turn 4.
Here they come, working off of turn number 4 to the stripe. 3/4 of the race down. 1/4 remains, and on the inside, Lee Bailey the third now up top. He'll go to the lead. He'll power around Diebold and Cinnamon and Pappas. They work in 1 and 2.
Baby, oh, baby, Lee Bailey the third jumping down, trying to pull the side draft on Diebold. Damn near door banging off turn 2. May end up paying off for him. Pappas gives him the shove. Now they try to get him straight down. Bailey gets hooked into the fence. Blanchard goes up into the wall. Hard impact. We got another big one. We got people flipping smoke. All kinds of hell happening over at turn 3. Christopher Morse Jr., Mark Morton. Oh, baby, half the field piled up in turn number 3.
Jonathan Cofield, defending champion Jonathan Cofield, collected. So many great contenders caught up in it, almost half the entire field. Chris Blanchard is about to hand grenade his power plant. He might be going out. Tough break for the man out of Clinton, Maine. So was Bailey. I think Bailey got greedy. Bailey got greedy a little too early there, Jacob, and you saw what happened there going on the back straightaway.
Exactly what it was. I think Lee Bailey the third got a little bit greedy. Was getting the shot from Phil Pappas. Pappas was literally shoving him going into turn number 3. Bailey thought about jumping across the nose of Diebold. You see it right there. He thought about it, thought different. Didn't want to get stuck 3 wide. Jumped right back up across the nose of Phil Pappas. Bam, he goes around. There you see Aaron Van Ryder. He gets in there. Andrew Harris gets into this as well. Christopher Morse Jr., Lucas Lyons, the bid for 2 in a row for the Daytona 250. It will not happen. Justin White smack dab in the middle of it. Adam Newton trying to slide through there as Dula, Matthew Dula. Matt Cherry trying to slam on the brakes. Jonathan Cofield, half the field literally eaten alive going into turn number 3 after Lee Bailey III second guesses himself. You see it. Thought about going to the middle. Thought different.
Wow.
Wanted to jump back up. Was not clear. Pappas hooks him, and all hell ends up breaking loose behind him.
Heartbreaking. And I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad about Lee Bailey III because obviously you're hungry. You want to win. But it's just, first off, your truck can't block 2 or 3 lanes at one time. Nobody can. And this is the end result of what happens when you try to do that. Secondly, too early for this. Too early for this. Man, oh man, look at Blanchard up in the air. Jason Morales crashed, trashed. So is the 10. Oh, on board now. This is Colton Hogan. Watch along.
Colton Hogan, I mean, just trying to jab on the brakes. Does a good job trying not to run over Adam Newton. Take it all the way low as he can. Morales shot right across his nose. He might have got lucky.
He's okay.
Hogan might have got lucky. He might have got some net code out of that one right there.
Yeah. I think Purple Rain. I think Purple Rain's okay. Watch this again.
He slid through there, baby. It all worked out good for him. Everybody else piled straight into it.
Oh,
Leads
wow.
and Brad Chew, others, good Lord have mercy.
Somebody just chimed in. Brandon Broadfoot just says you have to time it right to use both lanes. And that I know was just a selfish move. Don't make dumb moves like that up there. Yeah. You know, and I think too also Lee Bailey, I mean, maybe the nervousness got to him, right? Because the nerves, he's up in the front, he's battling with the leaders, fighting for the win at the end. But Jacob, you can't get up to the front like that and then panic. If that's what he did. I'm not saying that that's what happened. It looks to me like that's what he tried to do. He tried to block 2 lanes, 3 lanes at one time. Look at this. I mean, you got to expect this to happen. Phil Pappas did nothing wrong. Roger Diebold did nothing wrong. You're going to try to block 3 lanes at one time. You know, what's the old cliche? Don't be mad if you get the horns.
He got the horns big time right there. You see him try to get through. Morse Jr. slid down right in front of him. I mean, I think what he wanted to do, I think what Lee Bailey III wanted to do was, I mean, he could have been trying to block 3 lanes, try to block them both. Then again, maybe he was trying to jump down to the bottom side, thought he was clear, and he wasn't. I've talked about this before.
Jacob, Lee Bailey just chimed in and he said, Phil Pappas net-coded my right rear. I don't know. We'll have to look at this again. We'll have to look at this again if we can. Phil Pappas 88. He's right now. Oh hell, where did he end up? In the top 15, I think. Yeah. Watch this. He says that he net coded his right rear. Let's see if this happened.
I mean, I don't see it.
I don't see it. Well. Again, I see Lee's point. I really do, but I also see Lee Bailey trying to block 3, at least 2 lanes at one time.
I think what he's. Go ahead, Weston.
No. I'm just. You know, that could go either near here or there. You could have a difference of opinion from the different camera angles of what happened. That's what I'm saying, Jacob.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, he sits there and says about the right rear, right rear getting right there, but he wouldn't have been in that situation if he wouldn't have tried to jump down and tried to see if he could be on the inside, but inside lane wasn't there. Then he tried to come up. Pappas might have got him net coding him in the right rear hook, but he wouldn't have been in that situation if he wouldn't have tried to jump down. At least that's my opinion.
We are back underway. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 20 laps to go. 50 miles remain here in this race. They are back into the corner into turn number 1 and 2, and it's Diebold now leading again in the primer, number 14. Race of his iRacing life leading at Daytona.
Yeah, but he better watch his back door. Here comes the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, up with Phil Pappas right behind him. Watch out for the net code right rear, but he's got the 15. Hayden Johnson, haven't talked about him all race long, started 41st in the field. Here he is when the time is right, when the lights are the brightest. He's up here inside the top 10 off turn 4.
And he will do that coming to the line. It is 19 laps to go. Peacock back up in front again. If at first you don't succeed, get back up on your bike, dust your legs off, get up on the high horse, and try again to do-si-do. It is Diebold now leading them into 2, but look at Peacock and others working with Van Rattle now on the back straightaway.
Yeah, I mean, Diebold trying to hold on for all he's got. Kermit the Frog, Luke Smith, Miss Piggy loving what she's seeing out of the 27 here this evening. But Peacock up top with his Upfront Motorsports teammate, Chris Cinnamon. Phil Pappas lined up behind him. Diebold still leading them off of turn 4.
Working now, by the way, we're under 25 laps to go. Big thanks to Premier Racing Setups, as we are thanking them while the race rolls on. Down the back, down into turn number 2, it's Diebold in the lead. How about this? Look at also Smith Luke Smith involved in an accident earlier. He's climbed back into second on the back straightaway, going to 3, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Van Rada all over his tailgate. Peacock up on the top side. Cinnamon still there as well. How about old Buzzy? Buzzy Mongo, 12 right behind him. 4th truck in line on the bottom side with Hogan in front of him. There you see Nordschleife in the background with Buzz Mongold. Buzzy in position to get him a top 5. Possibly we win the Daytona 250. It's the great equalizer super speedway racing, Wesley. That's why we love it.
Only the second Ford in the top 10. The other Ford is leading by Roger Diebold, and they work their way now back into turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Diebold now holding off Smith and Peacock. So is Van Rattle. They're after him on the back straightaway.
Yeah, really, everybody's starting to make the moves, be in position, try to get where they can get. One driver jumps up to the top side, way back there, Matt Dula, way up against the outside retaining wall. There you see him, 97 up top, but nobody going to help him. Meza may think about it, but he'll stay right there. No, now Meza jumps up. He'll go with Matt Dula. Dula, Wilder tried to take it all the way to the front, and Meza tried to hook up with him.
Remember, Matthew Dula started on the outside of the front row, got involved in a little hiccup earlier at the start of stage number 3. He's rallied his way back into the fight again to find daylight. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let that bell ring every time you hear the NASRA 360 Racing Network come on the air. And the pyramid now drops to 2 trucks, single file, 3 wide behind them now as they work into 3 on lap 85 off 3 and 4.
Cinnamon jumped up right up in front of Matt
Hold
Dula.
on,
Cinnamon getting up into the fence. Hold on to it, baby. Cinnamon getting up into the wall. Dula and others, they'll slide right by. Now, actually, that's Dula's going to hook up with him. A couple of them going down to the apron, trying to keep the truck straight as best that they possibly can. Peacock trying to work up on the outside with Pappas to help, but Roger Diebold still holds on to the lead as the laps wind down with Kermit the Frog lined up right behind him, Aaron Van Rutter to help, and Buzzy Mongold on the bottom.
The driver, Diebold, now has got cars all behind him. Looking inside, looking outside. There goes Smith now. That is the 27. And now look at Taylor Peacock. His best NASRA credentials besides winning an all-star race was a regular season championship a couple of seasons ago. Now he sets his sights here on the high side. Working now with under 15 laps to go. Make it 14 to go. Final stage here in Daytona. Diebold, Smith, Peacock, Van Rattle, Pappas, you are in it to win it if you're in this pack down the stretch in 2.
Yeah, third lane maybe trying to organize way back there in the back with Justin White. Maybe Cinnamon tried to fire up there as well. Middle lane still trying to roll with Peacock and Pappas. Riding on board with Luke Smith. He can't go nowhere. He's boxed in. He's got Diebold up in front of him. Peacock beside of him. And right behind him, Aaron Van Ryder. And even if Peacock goes by him, he's got a long list of customers up there in that middle lane trying to work their way around him.
Coming to the line, side by side. Oh, sideways was the moment. Pappas in that 88 machine. Working on the outside. He's got the WeatherTech colors. Working on the top. He's right behind Peacock. And meanwhile, I think the lights are coming on. The lights are coming on as we move later on in the afternoon. They're on the back straightaway.
Cinnamon up top trying to make something happen. We got one slide. Wow, big slide by Van Ryder. Able to save it. What a save by the 83. And here we go. Pappas gets on. Buzzy Mongo goes up. Cinnamon goes up as well. Triple J is involved. Joshua Suss, Matt Dula, and others. Peyton Johnson slides in. Big multi-truck accident once again over in 3 and 4. Big slide. It all happened when Van Ryder got sideways and then Pappas got turned and everybody was along for the ride.
I know Van Rattle made everybody stack up behind him, but I think the 12 didn't back off of the 88. So that's Buzzy Mongold. He wasn't lifting off of the 88 of Pappas, and this caused the reaction. Watch this over the front bow of Mongold's truck, and I can't say I blame him. He wasn't lifting. Watch this. Van Rattle made everybody, oh man, look at this. Oh, baby. Look at Mongold. I think Mongold's okay, though. He was able to get away from this after he got over the front. Look at this. Look at Mongold. Yeah. Oh, my. He started this, and he comes out smelling like a red rose.
Yeah, I mean, it really does. But, I mean, all of that wouldn't happen, with Van Ryder getting knocked sideways, middle way back right there. Buzzy's just trying to come up and try to give Van Ryder all the room he can. Peyton Johnson very tight right there on the right rear. And then by that time, Buzzy's already up into the left rear, already getting into Pappas. Maybe a little net code might have turned him, but hell, they was going to make contact anyway. Sediment tries to slide by on the outside lane. If you're up in the outside lane, God help you at that point. That's why I always run the bottom in the late stages of the race, because you're able to have a bailout plan. But everybody up top, they was pretty much screwed from the get-go. Once they started spinning, everybody knew that all the chaos was going to start working its way up. There you see Raul Meza, Serv Pro Chevy. See what happens with Raul Meza. You see the smoke. He is in the bailout process, but sometimes that the bailout line doesn't always end up working out.
And by the way, that primer-looking truck is Jeffrey Johnson III. And wow, look at this again. Heartbreak. Watch one more time. On board with Cody Knott. Been a quiet night for Cody. Does he miss it? Did. Cody. Way to go. Way to go, Cody.
Way to go.
Way to go, Cody. Pulse Poppers 26 from Madera, California. Oh, my goodness. Not done yet. Wow. Questions coming in. Comments. Thank you. Thank you. Racing Guy 19. Wesley Rodney Wing needs to hire you. So if you're talking about the Street Stock Nationals at Why Not, Mississippi, I've been there before. I used to work for Crate Racing USA back in 2017, 18, 19, 20, I think when they first started it. So I do know about the World Street Stock Nationals at Why Not. Yeah, I'd love to go back to Why Not, though. I've been there with Crate Racing USA and with the USCS Sprint Car Series. So, yeah, tell Rodney Wing to give me a holler. And for everyone else, lively in the chat box, thank you. Your opinion matters. We'd love to hear from you. What you think? Good move, bad move, racing move, net code. We've seen a lot of that tonight. And we're not done here in Daytona. Stay with us. We're taking a break. We are closing in on the final 10 laps of Race 1 of Season 6. The finish next.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's magical creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Welcome back to Daytona, everybody. We're getting ready for the restart. There is under 10 laps remaining. Joey just said, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for the comments. We miss you as well, man. Hopefully you can come back and race with us soon. Dean was talking about Joey Stiers. He's like, what are you talking about? Joey's still here. Joey Doucette is who we're referring to. But thank you so much, guys. And oh, boy. We're ready to go back to it. It'll be lap number 92 of 100. We are still in the regular scheduled distance. Lap 91 correction. 9 laps to go. Here comes the field back in the restart zone, and we are back underway. Will it be Roger Diebold? He goes from the bottom. He pulls to the top. He throws the block on Kermit. He opens the door for Peacock and Van Rattle inside in 1.
Oh, baby, here comes Peacock. Gives him a little kick in the shorts. Will Peacock jump to the top side, or will he stay on the bottom side? He's got Van Ryder, or he's got Kermit the Frog, Luke Smith. His teammate, Chris Cinnamon, right up behind Kermit the Frog, Luke Smith. That's exactly where Peacock's going, to the top side. Gets the shot from Smith, from Cinnamon, but Diebold with more help down on the bottom side. Roger Diebold with help from Aaron Van Ryder and also Colton Hogan, but Peacock's got a nose out off 4.
We have seen 2. Look out, trouble. Craig Schroeder bicycles into the pack. More trucks are crashing. Taylor Peacock is in the fence. It is all over. Peacock in the wall. Other ones involved. Caution out. Chris Cinnamon, Peyton Johnson around. We saw Craig Schroeder up in the air. Caution out. Again here with 8 to go. Watch the replay. It's coming up here. Wow.
Thing is, Wesley, which one are we looking at? Because there was 2 incidents. Somebody, we have one where you see Chad Ross, but the Peacock other one, actually, this is Craig Schroeder, 56. He gets tagged in the right rear. He ends up getting knocked up the hill. There's Shade Trotter. Trotter gets a little airborne as well. Others trying to sneak by. Justin White. There's Chad Ross, what I was talking about. There's Schroeder, noses it up into the outside retaining wall at the start-finish slide. There's Ross. There's Trotter. Others tried to slide through. Watch it one more time. You see right here with Craig Schroeder down on the bottom side. What in the world happened? No, this is Chad Ross. You see the contact truck up there in front of him.
Wow. The orange truck, is that Maurer? I think it is. The orange truck of Nate Maurer bounced off of somebody, and when he did, that caused the crash there. I want to say that's the 00 of Huck Wigginton. Watch this again. In the middle lane. Watch this. 3 wide. There it is. Wow, Wigginton might have slammed into Maurer, though. And then he turned into the right rear of Craig Schroeder. Bicycles up in the air. Both trucks into the wall. There goes Trotter spinning. So did Chad Ross. Now Peacock was crashing as well, Jacob. And we want to find out what happened to the 81.
Yeah, we'll have to see right there. He is right there, 81, Taylor Peacock. He was up there battling for the lead with Roger Diebold, Aaron Van Ryder, Colton Hogan, and others up there at the front. But something happened.
I wonder if Cinnamon and Peacock crashed. Watch this. Here we go.
Yeah,
You've got Luke Smith behind him. There's a right rear hook. Oh, no. And then Smith and Cinnamon crashed. Peacock turned into the pack. He was airborne, bicycled, and then went up and he at least flipped and came back down on all 4s. Watch this again.
Yeah, but Wesley, if you watch how he's driving right here, I think maybe that bump might have knocked him sideways from Kermit the Frog. Luke Smith might have bumped him, knocked him down the racetrack. And then I think Peacock thought he maybe could jump back up across the nose of the 27 of Luke Smith, but he was not able to. He tried to jump back up, but he wasn't clear. I think Peacock hooked himself, to be honest with you. I think he was already turning right, tried to jump back up in front of Luke Smith. Smith was already there. Watch it again on the instant replay. You'll see Peacock up here on the top side. He's got Luke Smith behind him. Diebold's down on the bottom side. Watch Peacock. He's going to dart left. There's the bump from Luke Smith. He tries to cut it back to the right side. You see how the truck is already going back toward that seam. He was already coming back right. Luke Smith was there. Bam! He ends up hooking himself. He ends up going around and goes up in the air, barrel rolls. And then Luke Smith, Chris Cinnamon, they get involved in it as well, and others. And then here's the second crash, just sliding right into the picture.
Jacob, how damaged could I mean, Taylor Peacock's truck might not be that damaged, is what I was going to say. He could be able to continue along here. Look at that.
I mean, it looks okay. I mean, the right rear, obviously the right rear is probably a little torn up from the contact. You see the right nose maybe a little bit damaged as well. It'll be tough to see really how everything will play out in the draft, but he does have a little bit of nose damage. That could play a factor into how it works in the draft. Maybe he's down some RPMs. If he's down some RPMs, if he's not idling at what he needs to, then that could end up being bad for him. I mean, you know, these guys in these trucks, you want to idle at 1,300 RPMs. If he's not idling at 1,300, he's down horsepower. You know, and that's how these trucks are. If you don't have that kind of RPM, you're down to horsepower, and you got to have all the horsepower you can get when you go to these super speedways.
Remember, there is unlimited attempts at overtime. That's something new this year. Unlimited attempts. That means that there could be more than one time we go green, white, checker. Unlimited attempts hangs in the balance, and we are still in the regular scheduled distance. It will be 5 laps to go when they come back to the restart zone. Don't forget, we're off next Monday for Labor Day. Hopefully everybody has a great final send-off of summer. Summer officially isn't over until the 21st, but Labor Day is only the last big hurrah. We'll be off next Monday. We come back on the 8th, Pocono, and we are back to green, ready to settle it here at the virtual World Center of Racing. It's time to bring the action. And on the front row, Diebold and Hogan, new faces up in the front, ready to win in Daytona in turn 1.
Yeah, they got a hell of a jump right there going into turn number 1. Hogan down on the bottom side, running with Diebold. Van Ryder up front with Jeffrey Johnson Jr. Jr. up top. Diebold gets tagged. He tried to jump up in front of Van Ryder. He was not able to make it happen. He was able to save it. Now here comes Van Ryder. 83 to the lead. Nate Maurer, he's going to make a charge up here as well. 33, he's trying to go for the lead as well, and they're wrecking behind him again.
We are crashing trouble. It looks like Dan Hagan is one of them. Some more trucks up in smoke. Cody Knott is involved. Joey Stiers. Justin White is crashed. And this pretty much just sealed the deal that we will be going to overtime here in Daytona. Wow.
See what happens here. 39 Dade Hagan tries to jump down to the bottom side. Actually, hell, they were spinning up there ahead of them.
Hey, Dean, can you do me a favor? Can you block the smart aleck that is Levi Gavea with his ridiculous comment that he just said in the chat box? Because stupid shit like that deserves to not have him watch our channel anymore. Stupid nonsense like that comment doesn't deserve to watch our channel. So goodbye, sir.
I agree. Thank you.
You have an HMO day.
All right, let's see what happens. Let's get it straightened out. Let's see what happens. That's just a stack up right there on the inside lane. Everybody just kind of stacks up. Cody Knott right there trying to drive up through there. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen with the stack ups and everything else. On the, inside lane. Wesley, that happens more times than I can count with stack ups happening on the inside lane where drivers get a run. They try to make something happen. They try to get it to stick. It doesn't happen. Everybody just goes. Then you got one guy stacks up as Buzzy Mongold in the 12 that actually stacked them up. He stacks up. Shane Scott and others drive right in there. They wasn't expecting the whole stack up. Goodwin was right in front of them going 3 wide. Watch this again. Goodwin right there that was in front of him. Here's Buzzy. Buzzy stacks up, slams on the brakes. Scott slams him in the tailgate. Cody Knott slams him in the tailgate. There's Goodwin right there up in front of him. And then everybody stacks up, and good Lord, Cody Knott just nails.
Knott, man. And, we were talking about Cody Knott. What a great job he was doing. all day long. Just caught up in it there. By the way, the Bolts Poppers 26, that replay presented by Bolts Poppers. Well, we are getting ready for overtime. Jacob Reeves and Dean are going to carry you guys the rest of the way for post-race. I'll try to stay here as long as I can. However, I do have another iRacing broadcast obligation, but man, if this thing goes past 11:20 or so, 11:15 at the latest, Jacob, I'm going to have to depart. Hopefully we can get this thing finished. How about Aaron Van Rattle? Ready to see what he can do. He's leading the way. We really don't know much about this guy. He came onto the scene right there at the end of last season in season number 5. Obviously repping 83 Tops and Amazon Prime. Anybody remembers Tops? You know what Tops is, don't you, Jacob? You know what Tops is.
Yeah, baseball cards. I got some of them right over there. Actually, I got a whole stack of them over there.
And the gum, as long as it doesn't go bad. Remember the gum you could have? You could eat the gum, you know.
I don't know. That might be too far back for me. I just know those are baseball cards. I just know about that.
For Aaron Van Rattle, obviously new to the series. And, oh boy, we're ready to see what happens for him. As I'm trying to get his statistics and information, but this could be a very special win for this guy if he's able to pull it off here. And remember, if you win this race, Jacob, you go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, Wes Allen. That is a big, big kicker on this. But I agree with what Brandon Broadfoot said right there in the live chat. He just said this: my money is on the 33. He deserves this. And that is Triple J Jeffrey Johnson Jr. You think about this guy right here. I have raced with this guy. Good friend of mine. With the great primer on the paint scheme, I mean, there is a number. I promise you, there is a number to this truck. But Jeffrey Johnson Jr., he's been around for quite some time here in NASRA. And I've raced with him. I've been teammates with him. He just hasn't had that luck. He hasn't had that position to get him in. And Jonathan Cofield, I talked to him about this previously. He said, we see something in Triple J. We want to get him over here. I mean, we raced on Blue Line Racing together when we was over in the NASRA Cup Series. Triple J was teammates with us. I was teammates with him in the DSR Electric Truck Series. This guy right here, out of everybody up here inside this top 10, this guy right here deserves this win right here. And if he can get the win in the Daytona 250, this will be his very first career win, if I'm not mistaken, Wesley Allen. And damn it, he's the one that deserves it out of all of them.
We'll certainly see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for overtime. We have passed the scheduled distance. This would be the white flag lap. However, they will be giving 2 to go. Green, white, checker. They have to take the Darren's Detail and Shine 1 to go. Green flag back out. Ready to settle it here in overtime in Daytona. It's go time. Unlimited attempts if need be. Van Rattle on the inside. Look at Hogan. Purple Rain on the bottom. Here comes Johnson up top with Maurer pushing him and Diamond in 2.
Johnson got a whole lot of help up on the top side with 971 in the house right behind him. Doubled up there as well as Timmy Hammond trying to get him a good run here at Daytona. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. clear, all clear, coming back to the white. Everybody snaking through, trying to make something happen. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. leading going into turn 3.
The primer number 33, Jeffrey Johnson III, working off of turn number 4. He's on the high side. Bowers behind him. Van Rattle on the bottom. Fights back with Hogan. They'll take the white flag. 1 to go. Darren's Detail and Shine. 1 more lap to settle it here in Daytona. They're up to Bacon in 1.
Van Ryder down on the bottom side. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. up top. Maurer trying to help him out any way he can. Hogan lined right up with Van Ryder. How about the Holiday? Brian Chew and Chad Ross down on the bottom side. Here is where the slingshots and all the chaos happens. Final lap, Daytona 250. Triple J with a shot out of this world to the outside. He leads him going into turn 3.
Maurer pushed with the help for Johnson. Hogan pushed with Van Rattle. Stride for stride. Here comes Hogan. He might get greedy. Johnson's in the wall. Hogan's crashing. So is Van Rattle. Let's go. Hogan. Hogan's going to win Daytona. Chad Ross is going to finish second. Goodwin third. Unlikely named drivers are going to win here at Daytona. Hogan, Colton Hogan is going to win here in the Daytona 250 in overtime. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you see him right here coming off of turn number 4. Hogan down on the bottom, jump back up top. Oh, I don't know about that. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Hogan got him. Hogan got in the Van Rattle. I don't know if that was just all racing, all hell breaking loose or what right there, but he got him right there in the right rear. Looked like, I don't know, Wesley. I mean, it looked like, I don't know. I mean, I think it was just everybody trying to go for it at one point. Some of them might actually look at that and say right rear hooked him right there, tried to get to the line. But, I mean, hell, you're coming off turn 4, hit the gas pedal and send it. I mean, hey.
Yeah, let's watch it again, Dean. Watch it one more time. Let's watch it one more time coming off of turn number 4. We want to analyze this. And the finish is probably, it is under review. NASRA will probably be looking at this one like we are right now with a fine-tooth comb. There is Hogan. He bumps in to Van Rattle. I don't know. Right there. There's the right rear. He gets into Johnson. Van Rattle corrects, even though he's sideways, but he drives into the grass. And then all hell breaks loose behind him with Harrison, Maurer, and Johnson. And look at this. I mean, Hammond. Oh, look at Colton Hogan. I don't want to. Oh, we got to see this again on 4. Oh, my goodness. Purple Rain might be in tears if they take this from him. I just don't know, Jacob. Last lap, you're fighting for it. Every man for themselves. I just don't know here.
Yeah, I mean, what's he supposed to do right there in that situation? I mean, is he supposed to lift or what's he supposed to do? I mean, he's trying to line up the best that he can. He took a shot, went to the middle lane. Maybe, Van Ryder come up, might have hooked himself. Not 100%, but there you see the sliding going across like Goodwin barely got third. Hell, he was sideways coming across the line to get third. With Brian Chew down on the bottom side and Shane Scott coming out of nowhere. He was a couple of laps down earlier on, come out of that sucker fourth. But I don't know. I mean, you talked about it, Wesley. The finish is under review. I don't know, but I mean, at that point, turn 4, all bets are off. Hit the gas pedal and just let the chips fall where they may.
They are looking at it. I can tell you that much. And we are. Oh boy. I don't know. I really don't know. That's why we call the races. We are not the deciding factor for race control. I will tell you unofficially right now that they're reviewing it, and top 3 right now is not in the box yet. So Colton Hogan unofficially wins the race. Chad Ross is second. Tyler Goodwin third. Shane Scott, Brian Chew, Aaron Van Rattle, Jonathan Cofield, Lucas Lyon, Shane Trotter, Adam Newton, your top 10. Harris, Morton, Cinnamon, Meza, Pappas, Diebold, Smith, Maurer. Top 20. Obviously, we'll find the other drivers. It didn't show it. Sorry, hang on, let me catch it. That was Timothy Hammond and Huck Wigginton. Your top 10. You got the rest of them, Jacob, of the 43 truck field.
Absolutely. Triple J, Jeffrey Johnson Jr., what could have been? He just put it out there in the general chat for DSR Electric Truck Series. So close. Coming off turn 4. Looked like he was going to probably win it. He will finish 21st here this evening. Buzzy Mongo finishes 22nd. Joshua Sush 23rd. Taylor Peacock, Matt Dula 24th, 25th. Jason Morales, Joey Stiers, Dade Hagan, Christopher Morse Jr., and Craig Schroeder to the top 30. Justin White, the last one to finish on the lead lap, finishing in 31st. The rest of them 5 laps down or more. Cody Knott, Tyler Dittmer, Peyton Johnson, Matt Cherry, Ryan Delavu, Lee Bailey III, Chris Blanchard, Stephen Thomas, James Kaufman, the top 40 with Kerry Tribune, Robbie Richards, and the boss man, Brady LaBeouf. His screen went out. He ended up having too much damage with a meatball flag. He finishes 43rd this evening with TJ Moore, a race director.
Time of race, 2 hours, 8 minutes on a 2 hour and 10-minute time limit. You want to talk about cutting it close. My goodness, it was cut close by almost 6 minutes. 2 hours, 4 minutes on a 2 hour, 10-minute time limit. Dean and Jacob are carrying y'all the rest of the way for post-race. I can tell you right now, it has updated, and it has said that Aaron Van Rattle is the winner of the race on timing and scoring. Colton Hogan second, Jeffrey Johnson third. I don't know if that has updated, if that is official, but right now it is saying he is that. We will check with race control, and we will be back with you. It could be Colton Hogan. We will find out from race control. They will let you know when we come back from Daytona. A pretty wild one. Don't forget, we're off next Monday night. We need to be off next Monday night to reset things, to determine where we go from here. Pocono in 2 weeks. Good evening. Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantel, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, they gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime.
Well, folks, we are back here at Daytona here tonight for the Daytona 250. Real quick, want to talk about a race coming up in October before we get to the, the podium finishers and everything. King of Talladega. Just because I mentioned Talladega just a second ago, you see it right there, the King of Talladega. Going to be a good one. Make sure you scan the QR code, get yourself in, get that entry fee lined up. 43 driver fields. It's going to be a good one. You see the dates, all that good stuff lined up all the way down to the duels and the feature. October 17th, 16th, and 17th. $10,000 in prize money. I'm thinking, I think they've already got around 40 people already signed up, somewhere in that range. And they're just getting started. They're just getting new people each and every time. So, folks, if you want to be a part and try to be the King of Talladega, scan that QR code, get with Brady LaBeouf or Cody Knott, get yourself lined up for the King of Talladega coming up in October. And the King of Daytona has arrived. We finally got it official from what we're understanding. We haven't heard from the race directors. Pretty much it is official. Colton Hogan, Purple Rain gets it done in Florida Cabinet Distributors Victory Lane. Colton Hogan clapping in the background. I'm sure he's going to have a cold one after this is all said and done. Colton, buddy, take us through that last lap because, I mean, you had to do what you had to do to try to win the race. I mean, you literally had to.
Man, I hate that for Aaron and Jeff outside there. I thought that opened up coming out of 4. I went for it, man. We're at Daytona here. You're racing with these NASRA guys. I mean, it's so tough, and I am absolutely stoked to get my first NASRA dub, and man, I was just pushing Aaron there as hard as we could, and I told myself I was just going to push him, and take a podium if he was going to stay out there, and we came off 4, and I had to do it. I just had to do it, dude.
And Colton, buddy, you come out here, you get this win right here. Not only do you get the win, you get the Daytona 250, but you also lock yourself 100% into the playoffs. You are racing in the playoffs, barring something crazy happening, and there's everybody in the field gets a win before the playoffs even start, then it would go by points and all that crap. But let's not even think about that. But you're locked into the playoffs. Does that take the pressure off of you throughout here in season 6 to kind of race a little bit differently and just kind of throw caution to the wind, just throw something on the wall, see if it sticks the rest of the season?
It does for sure, man. I haven't been in this situation yet, and to do it here off the rip in season 6 is I'm pumped for the rest of the season here, and I think it definitely does. I mean, it relieves a big weight off your shoulders, and you come out here every week with competition like this. That says, I mean, that takes a lot off you. It makes you feel a lot better, and go out here and learn and run with these guys, and just keep trying to get better every week. And it's big weight relieved.
Weight relieved for Purple Rain. Colton Hogan gets it done, winning the DSR Electric 250 here at Daytona, locking himself into the playoffs here in the next couple of months when the playoffs happen. Colton, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. And before we let you go, thank your sponsors and any shout-outs.
Yes, sir. Hey, I want to give a shout-out to all my boys listening. Coy, Fudge, Edwin, Frank, Gordon, Jared, Shane, Trace, and Hogan Farms, Hogan Enterprises. Everybody here up front and at Chrome, and you guys, and everyone here every week that puts in a lot of time and keeps this ball rolling, man. Stoked. Been hunting it. Ready to get back at it next week. Thanks, guys.
Getting it done, winning at Daytona. Colton, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. We'll see you in 2 weeks when we get back racing for round 2 of DSR Electric Truck Series. That was Colton Hogan, wins it here tonight. We'll go to second place finisher, up 30 spots from where he started, showing he started 32nd, finishes second here tonight. Chad Ross in the 38. Chad, buddy, what a finish right there. What's going through your mind when you got all that chaos going and they throw the white flag and you got all kinds of trucks, everybody else going around you? What's going through your mind through that whole last lap?
Buddy, I'm just trying to survive. Restarting up there in 5th, I was like, man, hopefully I can at least avoid the last wreck that is coming, and just stayed pushing them guys in front of me, and the seas parted a little bit at the end, and we took the white. I was like, thank God, we're going to finish it out, and hopefully survived.
Chad, I talked about this earlier on in the broadcast that Daytona is the great equalizer. We see drivers up at the front that we don't normally see, and not taking anything away from me or nothing, but this right here coming up here and finishing up on the podium, is this something that we can see more of Chad Ross here in season 6, getting a second place finish and trying to gain a little bit of momentum to where we can see some top 5s and obviously that first NASRA win for you?
Man, I hope so. Usually I feel like I got pretty good speed, and it's just some stupid wreck gets me taken out. I swear I'm wrecked every other week. And this time, tonight, I swear I was in every single wreck. I had 22 X's. I'm looking at your replay. I don't even have a right front fender on that thing. But the last one, I was like, I'm not pitting. We're just going to stay out here and ride it out. And luckily came through. So looking forward to the next few tracks coming up. And we'll see if we can keep it up there.
Well, folks, he started 32nd. He had 22 incident points. He ends up finishing second here tonight. A lot of 2s for the 38. Chad Ross here tonight. He gets second here tonight. Chad, buddy, appreciate your time. Thank you for your time. Congratulations on the second place finish. And before we let you go, thank your sponsors and any shout outs.
Yes, sir. Thank you to GM Goodrich Service and that Chevrolet Silverado they gave me tonight, like a rock, right? and say hi to my dad that's watching at home, and thank the guys at Dragon for letting us run with them tonight, me and my buddy Jim, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
We'll see what happens. Chad Ross comes home second here tonight, buddy. Appreciate your time. We'll see you in 2 weeks, bud.
So, thank you.
That was Chad Ross, comes home second here tonight. Now we'll go to Tyler Goodwin, started fourth, up one spot. Got the Bad Bunny on the hood of that number 13. Tyler, buddy, congratulations on the third place finish. Tell us about your race.
Oh yeah, it was pretty hectic. That was for sure towards the end. I mean, first stage went by pretty good. Second stage pretty good as well, but man, towards the end, that was crazy. Just trying to dodge every wreck. I was mowing the lawn more than I was staying on the actual track itself.
And, Tyler, I asked, Kerry Chabu earlier on, their stage one winner here tonight. I asked him about what's the big key to trying to get up front, trying to win this race, or at least get a top three finish like you got here tonight. Was it survival or is it about skill? And he said, a lot of it is about survival. And, I think a lot of drivers would say the same thing, that it is literally about survival. It's, skills kind of went out the door at this point. It's more about the survival aspect. What's the mindset going into these races, knowing that it's more about being in the right place at the right time and surviving? What's the mindset having to go into these races like that?
Yeah, exactly. It's literally just being at the right place at the right time, because everything's so unpredictable, especially at these super speedways. You don't know what to expect, and you don't know if you got cars coming from the left, right. Sometimes they come from above. You don't know, but at these super speedways, it's kind of unpredictable. So I mean, as long as you're, just around the main pack, you just make sure you're close by, but not all the way in it, just in case there is a wreck, because you can't really predict that someone's going to stop behind you, or you're going to be able to dive down and get out of the way. Especially if you're in that outside line, you're kind of stuck up there, so kind of driving into your coffin. So honestly, just holding out, just playing your cards right. That's all you can really do at these super speedways.
Buddy had the honey and told Travis Kelsey to stick it. He gets a third here this evening. Tyler Goodwin, buddy, congratulations on third place finish. Appreciate your time. And as always, before we let you go, thank your sponsors and any shout outs.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dragon and Mayhem and Warriors Racing. All my guys down there doing a great job working together. My sponsor, Milkman Designs, and my spotter, Jacob, always killing it with the wraps, of course, and keeping an eye out, guiding us to the third place. And then always my mom, always watching and cheering me on the sidelines.
Well, Tyler Goodwin comes home third here tonight. Tyler, congratulations on third place finish, buddy. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Take care.
That was Tyler Goodwin comes home with a third here tonight. Well, we still see the chaos happening. Everything happened at the start-finish line. What a finish here tonight, folks. All of you sticking around. Make sure, if you haven't yet, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and go ahead, like we said a while ago, scan that QR code, get yourself in for the King of Talladega coming up in October. There is the schedule. This is what we got left here on the schedule, because we just started. Daytona tonight, Pocono in 2 weeks, taking off next week for Labor Day. Then we go to Pocono, Auto Club, Charlotte, Lime Rock, Talladega. That's a big one right there. New Hampshire, Homestead, Rockingham, Martinsville. Make sure you mark your calendars. Make sure, like I said, hit the like and subscribe button. Keep up with everything going on with NASRA to keep up with the DSR Legend Truck Series for Season 6. Dang, buddy! Final thoughts on a wild one here tonight at Daytona, buddy. What a wild race.
Yeah, Jacob, such a big one towards the end, wasn't it? Like across the line there, cars were going flying all over the place. That's why you just always got to be in it to win it. You just don't know until the final couple of corners, especially on big super speedways like Daytona and Talladega, of course, as you mentioned, the King coming up as well too in the special events. But that's just what it's all about. Some of these drivers were way back in the field, a handful of laps earlier on, thinking, there's no chance that they're going to win it. Well, guess what, my friend? Big wrecks equals big gains and also big losses for drivers, so GG's to them.
Absolutely. Well, I'm telling you right now, Daytona, it is the great equalizer. However you want to look at it, always produces some wild finishes, some first-time winners, just like we saw with Colton Hogan here this evening. And, folks, that's why we love Super Speedway Racing. Colton Hogan, Florida Cabinet Distributors, Victory Lane gets it done. He has locked himself into the playoffs. Who will lock themselves into the next round, or in the playoffs in the next round? Let's find out 2 weeks when we go to Pocono. But folks, that's going to do it for this broadcast here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. I want to thank all our great sponsors: Warrior Wraps, Premier Racing Setups, Concerns of Police, Survivors, Blanchard's Towing for Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series coming up here pretty soon. TLC, Starbase 1552 Comics, Serve Pro, Darren's Detail and Shine, obviously Florida Cabinet Distributors for their sponsorship. Merch Magical Creations, excuse me, and cannot forget about DSR Electric for the title sponsorship, the DSR Electric 250 and the DSR Electric Truck Series here for Season 6. Obviously, can't forget about the drivers. Shout out to the drivers for putting on a show and the fans for coming out in huge numbers. Hell, folks, we had about 60 of you live here tonight. Awesome to see the big numbers here supporting this great league of the North American Sim Racing Association. Bray the Buff, Cody Dodd, for allowing us to be ourselves, entertain you, the fans, and watch some of the best racing on iRacing. For the Australian Dean Huffton Bengals, and also for Smithfield, North Carolina's own Wesley Allen, I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves, said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. Y'all don't end up in the Hooskow next week for Labor Day. Have you a couple of cold ones for me? We'll see ya in 2 weeks. Tricky Triangle, baby. Who's going to be the next one? Are we going to see another first-time winner? Season 6 has already started off with one hell of a bang. Catch us all right here in 2 weeks. Pocono, NASRA 360 Racing Network. Monday, 9 p.m. in 2 weeks. We'll see you there.